Hey everybody, welcome to the Dick Bird Nest, episode 5 of D-Bird Dabs, the show where me and a few of my like-minded friends, we get together and talk about two things that we love very much, toys and weed.
Oh, yeah.
Introducing owner and proprietor of Access Cannabis all the way from Spokane, Washington, Wayne Fort.
Hello everybody, thanks for having me.
All right. Wayne is a shop owner of marijuana goods and services.
I am. We've had a wonderful winter season. Usually during the fall, we have a big slowdown, but we've had a lot of growth this season, so really exciting stuff. Looking forward to spring and summer. Nice.
And to his virtual right, the man from Detroit, Neeko Tronus.
What's up?
And in my screen, right under him, is our friend from Colorado, Christopher Sturm.
Heyo.
And you guys can find you guys at Plastic Swayze on the Insta and stuff. And Neeko, you're at Neeko Tronus, is it?
At Neeko Tronus on all the socials.
Cross-platform. Yeah, everybody check out Neeko does a lot of really cool like fucking photography and shit, toy photography, so check that out.
It's awesome.
And my name, of course, is Brother Kyle, at Brother Kyle, cross-platform. And let's not forget the star of the show, Dick Bird. Caw-caw. Okay, now that that's out of the way, all that bullshit. So today we're going to be doing some dabs, and we're going to be talking about big thing that happened this weekend, the 2020 New York Toy Fair. It is in New York, right? I didn't fuck that up.
At the Jet Center.
So. Yeah. So a lot of cool stuff came out this weekend. We're going to go over some of the brands and some of the stuff that we are interested in or just kind of like thought was cool. But first, what are you smoking tonight, Wayne?
Man, I've got myself some Dabstract THC crystalline from Panda. And I've got some regular wax from a company called Pinnacle. And I'm putting that on top of some Whitefire OG, also from Pinnacle Farms. Bomb. Really good company. They're kind of smaller, so they kind of have that mom and pop feel to them, which I really appreciate. It's all about the quality with those guys. So
I love how in this day and age we can refer to a weed shop as mom and pop. Oh, Charlie, got another person to join us here. Everybody say hi to Charlie. Hi,
Look,
Charlie. Hey, Charlie. Look, you're on the interwebs. Look, you're on the interwebs. All right, get out of here, fuck. Neeko, what are you smoking today?
Dog and make him a deer for Halloween.
He does look like a little deer, man. He looks like a little like fox deer when he's running around. Oh, 1 second. What's up, bro?
I'm getting royalties for that.
For what?
If he makes it big.
Oh, for Charlie. My friend said if the Charlie takes off and he needs to get royalties.
I'm
Neeko, what do you
got? Some Dazed extracts.
Of course.
Lemon mints, of course. Yeah, one of my favorites. And then I also have a hemp wrapped blunt of Face Off OG. And
shit. I love this blunt, man.
See, I'm not really a blunt guy, but the girl at the shop like kind of talked me into it, and it was like 2 for $20.
I'm sure she fucking pulled your leg real hard to get you to buy more weed.
Totally twisted and like then stabbed me in the back afterwards because she was just like, "Oh, they're really good." So I got 2, one of a sativa and one of the indica, and the sativa was green crack and this indica is Face Off OG. And I got to tell you, like, I was completely disappointed. Like, I was just like,
wow.
Yeah, there's $20 wasted on two hemp wrap joints. So instead of like blunt paper or blunt tobacco wrap. It's supposed to be actual hemp leaf. And the flavor wasn't bad. It was just the weed was. It was just
probably
busted. More than likely, yeah. So just depending on what the other company is. So I have this here, Face Off OG. I'll set that up in a bit.
Nothing annoys me more than when people try to flex on their fucking ounce of shake.
Hey, we were all there at one point. Chris, what do you got today?
Today I have something from a brand called LastRip. Never even heard of them before, but it was recommended to me by a homeboy at the dispensary. Clementine Sap. It's very tasty. Nice and citrus. My favorite Game of Thrones character, Citrusy.
I'm not sure if I remember her.
That just sounds like it would be a Game of Thrones character, so I say that.
Yeah, sure. Lady Citrusy.
Yeah, pretty legit.
Of House Weedbend. Okay, that brings me to myself. And I am smoking today a strain called Pocono Kush. And it's a live res. I believe this was... I can't remember what it was. I think it was wax. Well, I mean, it's all wax, but... might have been, I don't remember exactly, but it's live resin Pocono Kush by a company called Moxie.
Oh no, Moxie, bro,
looks good.
Is that something bad?
Yeah,
Poconos is not like a mountain chain or something by you.
Pocono Mountains, yeah, it's a localized. Yeah.
The brand Moxie, they actually kicked them out of Michigan because because they had what do you call it? The solvents that were in their concentrates were still present in their concentrates when they were on dispensary shelves. So from what I recall, because I know I actually have some empty jars of theirs, which I'll try to find them and take pictures of them and send them to you guys so you can see them. But most dispensaries here in Michigan just kicked them out entirely because people were like getting sick over dabbing their shit.
Wow.
Hopefully they got their shit together.
Yeah.
Well,
you would think removed from a state would.
I bought a few of them before, and I've never had any problem with it. So I don't know, maybe it's it could be maybe Moxie has maybe like a different chain, like the ran by different people or something under the same name.
It's the same logo on your jar.
Yeah. Well, I just meant like maybe they have a different division over there.
They're a California-based company, so like most of the stuff probably comes from California. And at the time when they were selling and distributing here in Michigan, if I recall correctly, it was way before things were like ironed out like they are now, where everything has to be tested before it hits store shelf.
Yeah, so people were just making shit and throwing it out there. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
so
I also have a little bit of. I have more than just this, but I don't know if you can see it real well. I got some flour by a company called G Leaf, and this is Cherry Diesel.
I like a diesel.
So I'll be smoking some of that, and I'll be picking up some more leaf tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Y'all ready for the fun part?
Let's
fire it up. I was born ready.
Fire it up. Let's do this. Got my Captain America dabber as usual. So, like I said earlier, today we are going to be talking about the 2020 presidential candidates for coming up this year, and we're just gonna get real political, and you know, you guys all right with that?
Who the fuck is this guy?
They're all the same candidate.
We're just gonna switch it up totally. Talk about fucking America. Nope. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the something even more American than the actual president, the 2020 New York Toy Fair.
Yeah.
That happened this week. It was a pretty big one. It seemed like they do that. That's a yearly thing they do, right? They do it in. I mean, I know they do it every year, but they do it in New York every year, right?
Yeah, the New York International Toy Fair. So like,
Okay, cool.
there's also a London Toy Fair, and then there's other festivals in like Japan and all over Asia. But the International Toy Fair in New York, that's where all the companies show up. Like even SH Figure Arts is there, even showing off stuff that they won't even be releasing in the US, like their Star Wars stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
like
fucking Hasbro.
That's why anytime there's a convention on the weekend, it's like I get real like, I don't want to say stressed out, but it gets real like kind of stressy at work because that's all taking place during the weekend, and I'm always working all weekend, like all day, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm always trying to like pay attention to what's going on as I'm working, and especially if it's busy, I don't really get like sometimes like breaks and shit like that to sit around and check everything out. So I'm kind of like trying to do it on the go. Like Saturday I was like walking around with my phone with the fucking Hasbro stream on for that thing was like 2.5 hours, man. And I was like I would put it up on my car mount and be driving and kind of like not really watching but listening at least and like kind of checking the pictures. And then I'd get to the fucking delivery and I'd like real quick as fast as I can fucking go anyway. Like trying to here's your pizza. Fucking, and it always seemed like anytime I had to get out of my car was when something fucking like really cool was gonna be revealed. So yeah, it was a pretty fun weekend though. I enjoy the whole the whole thing of everybody like us and like another chat I'm with, like everybody's sharing pictures and getting real excited about everything because this is what we're doing. We're collecting toys.
Sure.
We're living that toy life. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go by just talk about some different brands that had some good reveals and stuff. We're not gonna go over obviously everything and just kind of stuff that we're personally interested, which is a lot. And like I said, I think we save the two big ones for last. And this week seemed like it was a real heavy hitter for NECA and Hasbro. I feel like I heard more about people talking about them than any of the other brands.
Definitely.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I don't know. Like I can just start because I know there's we don't have to take turns or just kind of like whenever we go we'll pick a different one. But I don't know, something that I was interested in that you guys probably don't like. Not that you don't care about, but probably aren't going to be getting was that that is actually official group, that Flames Toys, the company that's been doing those like Transformer like Gunpla style model kits.
Yeah.
They revealed a couple cool things that I liked. A new Starscream mold that they're doing, and that not the Leo Convoy. Actually, I think they did release a Leo Convoy, but the Optimus Primal from Beast Wars looks really cool. And the one like interesting thing about that whole thing that you guys might have heard about was, did you guys hear about what happened with the Windblade?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris, he's not really in Transformers. So real quick, there's a female character named Windblade, who's a newer Transformer, and they released like a model kit of her where she's very anime style, like sexualized. So think like Dragon Ball Z when you see pictures of like the android chick, and she's always got like her ass sticking out and stuff. So it was like a robot it had like a big round butt and like people were freaking the fuck out, man. Like all this fucking like
keep
fucking
that shit away from my Transformers.
Like they're oppressing women by over sexualizing toys that aren't real things, and And it is kind of like it is, you know, it is like modeled like that, but no, I actually think it looks okay. Yeah.
Here's the stupidest part of all of that fake bullshit outrage. The people that are whining and complaining about it are people that would never be buying it in the first place.
Yeah.
They have literally nothing to do with Transformers. They don't collect Transformers. They know nothing about this. They literally know nothing about this stuff, and what they're doing is complaining. And they're the same people that have ruined everything else that's out there. That are literally, they have zero interest in the product itself, but they care about making sure that all the check marks are checked, and that, you know, it's a perfect rainbow of colors in the cast and the crew, and, you know, it's never about the best person for the job doing the job. It's, does it fit this SJW idea? And this is exactly what that is. These cunts, absolute cunts, going after something they know zero about.
They don't even care about. Yeah, that's fucked up. Like, if you're into it, okay, raise an issue, whatever. I'll hear it. But if you're not even, dude, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because if they want to flip out about whacked out Transformers shit, somebody point them in the direction of Kiss Transformers, and, you know, Megatron running around trying to collect, you know, teenage girls' panties for kisses.
Yeah, they have weird shit out there, man.
You know, and that's real.
I actually like it. I think it actually looks kind of cool. Like, I like the Japanese animation style of it. I actually would probably be thinking about grabbing it.
Get my next dab ready.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to start this out on such a depressing note. So let's quickly move on to something. So I don't know if, you know, anybody else wants to go and bring up something.
In the same vein of Transformers, as you guys know, I used to collect Transformers, and I stopped several years ago. But one of the things I gotta say is that Scorponok actually looks pretty fucking sweet. I know it's a giant hollow 18-inch tall you know, parts former and stuff and whatever, but it looks good. As someone who still owns a G1 Scorponok, I'm kind of side-eye that thing and like,
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up because that's one of those, like, I've kind of backed way off Transformers myself, but I'd never had a Scorponok, and, you know, kind of seeing this one, I took a look at it. I don't know if I'll pull the trigger or not, but they're pretty cool.
A little something within you.
So yeah, let's I mean,
but, you know, the Skylynx looks like it might be all right. I don't know that. You know,
Skylynx looks cool. I think it looks pretty cool. Actually, I mean, if this is, I mean, let's knock the rest of the Transformers out real quick, then get that over with, because there was a whole lot of Transformers revealed. A lot of that War for Cybertron, Earthrise thing is coming out, and I honestly think some of it looks good, and I'm probably not going to be buying, like, I'm not going to buy any of it, to be honest, because I'm just not collecting, like, mainline Transformers as much. But I do want to get the Scorponok, and the only other one I'm interested is obviously the fucking super big reveal. I woke up Saturday morning and my fucking Facebook was just tagged with Brother Kyle, because they revealed that they're going to be doing a Dick Bird. They're going to be doing a new Dick Bird, which is fucking awesome. So I already pre-ordered it, and it's
hell yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And the only thing that might be a problem is nobody knows if you're going to be able to put the missile under it. Because it looks like he's holding a gun. So in the newer one, it looks like this part is here and there's a little gun coming out. So I'm wondering if it's as easy as just plugging it back in. But I wonder if that's something that they would think about, like, hey, maybe we shouldn't give him a big missile dick.
You know what? If they do something like that, where they basically
Purposely.
neuter dick word like that, I guarantee you someone will be 3D printing or resin printing or creating a kit
Well,
so that he can accurately have his dick.
let me get a little gratuitous plug in here to my buddy Jed Vargo, who actually does a Shapeways site called Hidden Toys, where he does 3D printing of stuff. And I've already brought it up to him that we could probably, he could probably come up with something. Like if there's a peg there, it should be as easy as just coming up with some sort of adapter that creates the hole bigger, or it gives a little like clip or something like that. I don't think he'd have a problem coming up with something.
Even if there isn't a peg or a hole, you have like the legs that are folded up there. I'm
Looks
sure
like his arms. I think his arms are that part, so his arms are like
okay.
yeah.
So like, I'm sure there'd be some kind of like plug-in piece at the worst that you could set up, connect to the two arms, and then plug the gun onto that.
And if worse comes to worse, I'll just super glue it to it permanently, and I'll never transform him. But that's really it. There was a couple of them that looked cool. The Studio Series came out with. Oh, thank you. Studio Series came out with a couple reveals that were just whatever movie stuff. The Blitzwing from Bumblebee actually looks pretty good. I just hate how it looks like Starscream.
Yeah.
And it's not Starscream.
It's a weird choice.
The only other thing that's worth talking about with Transformers before we just move on to that is the Netflix show revealed their trailer.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the Quintesson.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. They revealed the Quintesson, and that actually looks pretty cool, too. I'm not going to get one. X-Transbots is coming out with like an MP scaled one this year. So
are they?
Yeah, presumably. Probably Quintessons and probably like the Judge.
Nice.
Yeah, they have like a bunch of things teased, or they had a schedule.
Yeah, I think like there's been a few third-party companies who have teased doing those, and like the only one I've ever seen is the only one I've got, and it's right here. Show it to you. Oh, well, the bottom of his explosive diarrhea fell off. But it's legend scale, so it's tiny little thing, and it's got little bendy wire, and sorry, mine's covered in cobwebs at the moment because it's been sitting for a long time.
It's been sitting there since 1986.
Exactly. The Quintessons did not fare well in the Battle of Megatronus.
See, that looked pretty cool, and yeah, but like the only other that I can think of then is the what do they call? What's the actual name? Are they calling it Earthrise or the War for Cybertron?
The show is
it's War for Cybertron, and then the subtitle is Siege, right?
Yeah, so it's like it's the first part of the toy line in animation form. So this is what they're doing by doing that. They've already had the line out on the floor on store shelves for a year. They just started clearancing the shit out.
Yeah.
The cartoon doesn't debut until June. So what they're fucking doing right now, they're setting up the secondhand and reselling market. They're going to have those select figures re-released at Walmart with like exclusive paint jobs that are, reference to actual episodes in the show and shit, like Mirage done up in the Decepticon colors, which is pretty sweet looking, I gotta say. But like they're conscious of what they're doing right now.
Oh
with
yeah,
this cartoon. They're trying to build up and make those Siege figures worth money. So like it's underhanded and it's a little frightening because they're using the actual 3D model renders for the toys as the characters in the show. So if there's a screw hole, if there's a peg post for someone to attach one of those explosive shots, like
Battle masters and shit. Yeah.
yeah, all of that's there and clearly visible on every character in every shot. So
Yeah.
it's a little
It's
weird.
weird. It's weird
Yeah.
looking, and I actually agree with that. I actually kind of like the premise. It seemed like the trailer, like story-wise, it seemed like it was something I would be interested in. I liked how they, we were talking about this last night. They seem to have it be like more of like a gray area kind of war than just like a straight up good versus evil kind of thing. Like,
Yeah,
which I kind of like. I saw it was really cool in the one scene that the Decepticon rally. They had Skyfire there with his Decepticon logo on.
yeah.
So that's cool. That's something that they're actually going to do. It seemed like make him a Decepticon and then switch him over like they did in the original.
Yeah.
But that weird design, I don't like it. Like it looks like because they're like you said, they're using the toys and they use the exact same models because the way they transform is how it's just the way the actual figure transforms.
Yeah.
And it looks weird because Optimus Prime has like all this kibble and this giant backpack, and it looks, it just doesn't. I just don't think it looks as good as it should if they were more.
And that's
practical looking, I guess.
That's a part of the problem they're having. So like, one of the things that I noticed, like as far as Scorponok, like, and I know he's giant, whatever type class thing, but he's very streamlined compared to like that first season of Siege figures, and same with Skylings. Very sleek, very streamlined. Even when separated, the two of them look decent, but they're very slim, and they look like they learned from that first season that with the second line, they need to streamline it all a bit more to make it translate better for the cartoon. But again, that's the problem. You don't need that in a cartoon. You need like good looking animation and compelling stories that people want to see. Basically making 20-minute cartoon episodes that are what we've always known they are as adults anyway, is that they're 20-minute toy commercials, literally are now 20-minute toy commercials.
Yeah.
And
it almost seemed like they're just blatantly like it's not even trying to pretend like
exactly.
And I'm gonna give it a shot though. I'm gonna
I mean, I'll watch it. I'll watch the show, or at least check it out, because it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah. A good storyline can make me overlook the other problems I have with it.
For sure.
Yeah. Wayne, you saw it, right?
No, I've seen the advertisements for it that it's coming, but I haven't seen.
You didn't watch it. You didn't watch the trailer yet?
No, I haven't watched the trailer.
There's a trailer. There's like a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah, they put one up. Yeah. So what I thought was cooler than the fucking was the Siege cartoon was I actually liked the trailer for the Cyberverse show. I think that actually looked like it was a fucking cooler show. Mm-hmm. It makes me want to go back and watch the first season because Jed and then some other people told me it actually is not too bad of a cartoon. But I don't know. They had some weird fucking a bunch of new characters, and I think Levy was joking that they all sound like they're basically like Liefeld names. So it's like, and I was like, yeah, dude, it sounds like they took like a dartboard with a whole bunch of like just adjectives and like verbs, and they just fucking whatever it hit, because one of them was Thunder Howl, and one of them was Meteor Strike. It's just it's like fucking whack names.
Oh my god, dude!
It's not even trying.
Oh,
so yeah, all right.
Thunder Howl. I actually kind of like that.
we can move on from Transformers real quick, but real quick though,
I'm gonna refer to my farts as from now on.
Thunder Howl. Neeko, did you see the thing they did where they had the guy that did the Grimlock, the original Grimlock voice, do that little thing?
Yeah.
That guy looked like somebody had a fucking gun to his head behind him, forcing him to do that fucking commercial. He looked like he was nervous, and like, oh, it was so funny. He looked like a fucking like a hostage scene from a movie.
Totally.
Like, do the fucking Grimlock voice now.
It was it seemed like it was done in one take, and like he was just trying to get all this stuff across, and he kind of stumbled a little bit of the way with the Grimlock voice, and like he's an old guy and he can't really still do Grimlock like he used to be able to, but it's cool that he is still doing Grimlock. Like, don't get me wrong, that's rad. But that's where like you start getting me, like when you're basically on a Skype call to like record a video for this Toy Fair junket thing, like where you're going to be a part of the press presentation, and you're only going to do it in like a single take, and that single take was fucking rotten. What the fuck, man? Why wouldn't you go back and redo it? But who knows? Maybe he's actually busy working on like a cartoon, and
they were doing something with him. I forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll, if I could find that video, Chris, I'll send and I'll send it through the chat and Wayne.
Yeah,
it's really funny, man. Like even though you don't really watch Transformers, it's just a funny fucking weird thing to watch.
The cringe is real.
But you guys didn't have anything else you wanted to highlight for Transformers, though?
None of Transformers.
Okay. So Wayne, you wanna pick up a topic?
I wanted to touch on toys just a little bit, just because I'm an old school Spawn fan, so I wanted to throw the Spawn that they have coming a little shout out. I think I'm gonna.
The McFarlane toys, right?
Yeah.
Out March 10th.
That's what the movie.
Mortal Kombat Spawn figure.
Okay, cool.
It'll be out on March 10th, and I actually saw a video of it tonight. That thing is super fucking posable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a video of someone fucking around with it.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
It seems as though somebody maybe mentioned to Tom that you should make some toys that can move. It's like I've seen interview after interview after interview, and I think he finally got the message, because I didn't realize that McFarlane was in charge of the that video game. What's that one with all the play? Fortnite. Yeah, they do the Fortnite figures, and those are the basis for everything else that they've done that's posable, and there's tons of posability in this stuff now. So, that's cool. McFarlane Toys is historically been known as the company that has no posability at all in anything. They do a bunch of with arms that can move a little bit. So it's really cool to see them really taking some steps out into the actual action figure side of things.
So you're probably, are you going to get that then, Wayne? You think that McFarlane Spawn?
I'm probably going to get on board for the Spawn for sure.
Is that going to be like a GameStop thing, or?
No, it'll be everywhere. Amazon,
Cool.
Walmart, Target.
I wouldn't mind
GameStop.
buying one, man. I really hate it. It's bigger, right? It's bigger than 6 inches, probably like 7 or 8.
Yeah, it's 7 inches.
I can't stand it, man. I just wish everybody made everything in fucking 6 inches.
Here's the thing to keep in mind, that Marvel 80th Thor.
Yeah.
He's 7 inches tall.
Yeah, he's big.
So, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Thor's a big dude, and Spawn in the comics was a pretty big dude too.
Yeah. Plus, he's got a giant armor and a fucking huge cape and shit like
that.
Yeah.
And, like, the cape will be excessive and even bigger.
The
that one, it just goes down his back, and he's got like
cape is It's not
Yeah.
too intensive on the figure, like,
No.
which is probably fine on an action figure, just because Spawn figure the statues are always known for the big, huge, ridiculous capes, like in the comic.
Yeah, and
Damn.
I think they're probably gonna do like a second release, something that'll have like. I'm actually thinking what they'll do is at San Diego Comic-Con, they'll do a Spawn versus Batman 2-pack, and they'll package Spawn with a
Ooh.
big old wired cape or something that's flexible, and then they'll do the same for Batman. They'll give him a big cape, and that's actually where Spawn's hamburger head came from, the one that had like shoelaces stitching it together. That came from Spawn versus Batman. Batman split Spawn's face open with a batarang, and McFarlane
Jesus.
carried it over into his own comic book and even his toy line. So he made old Spawn figures with that head with the shoelace stitching the two halves of the face together. Yeah. So like,
That's awesome.
that's my guess is we're gonna see that, and it'll end up being like SDCC con exclusive 2-pack or some shit.
It would be
Dude,
nice to have that'd be
Spawn's
cool.
dope, man.
They had that issue. I remember it being a big thing when it happened because DC and Image crossing over was kind of like a major event back in the day.
Well, yeah, and Todd drawing Batman again was huge.
Because there was one for each side. DC did a Batman versus Spawn, and Image did a Spawn versus Batman.
Yep.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, and they both sold huge numbers, but of course Todd's version was through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I remember liking that. Of the two, the two books, I ended up liking that one a little bit better. The Image better, a little bit better.
And they have trades of them both? Like, so they have like a...
There's probably a collection of both issues because they were both, I think, if I remember right, they were both like hard or square bound, so they weren't like the regular comic with like staples. They were like
Nice.
almost like a mini trade paperback feel to each issue, and they were both.
I know
like,
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, they were both like $5 a pop.
The style of a book. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I want to say it was more than 24 pages. I think both of them were like 48-page books, so they were a huge deal at the time.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I might ask somebody to see if they can find that for me, like on like digital, like yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't want to blatantly outright say I'm gonna find somebody to pirate that for me.
Well,
or I'm just gonna do it myself because I don't might find somebody.
I mean, Kyle, you could just say that you're gonna find it on the internet and pay for it properly and download it. I'm sure it's that DC service.
But Neeko, then I'd be lying, and I don't want to lie to my fans.
Enjoy federal prison. I hear they do butt stuff there.
No, that would be something like if it is good, like that would be cool to actually like own like a good like a hardcover copy, because I'm sure there's probably a shit ton of like extra artwork and them things that are probably real cool.
There's probably more of that in a digital collection nowadays, just because just because they can throw it all together in a package. But
Spawn's dope, man. I wish I knew more about him. I remember the HBO show. That was fucking awesome. I mean, I know plenty about him. I just I don't know a lot of like Spawn and Hellboy are two comics that I really wish I would have got into.
Yeah,
I know there's still time, but I'm so backlogged in fucking comics right now.
Dude, yeah, Spawn's been like it's up to like 300. It's up to like 305 now or something like that. Like, it's a lot of issues. I think I have like the first 50.
That's cool that it's actually just one thing, so that it's not as confusing. Like you just really like easy to find the reading order for Spawn books if they're just like 1 through 3 something.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Todd does like trade paperbacks too,
Yeah.
collection.
So I read all those The Boys. I read that whole series. That was a huge fucking series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to download that. Like, well, I mean, I had to buy that in three different zip files. I think it was. All right. So, Chris, how about you, man? Was there any other and this is besides like the Hasbro and NECA stuff, was there any other brands that you were taking a look at?
Mezco John Wick.
Mezco John Wick, but that was revealed before, right? That wasn't a new reveal, right? Was it?
Just a prototype was
Okay.
revealed. This is
Yeah.
It's about to come out, so this is like what the figure is going to look like. What was showed on the.
You're definitely getting
video
it.
that I watched. Oh fuck yeah, I got that pre-ordered already.
You have it pre-ordered? Yeah, that's awesome.
Wicked.
So here's a funny thing. Mezco's website, when you pre-order something off them, they make you put like that, like $10 down or $15 down or something. So, but before you could still pre-order them on other sites. BBTS is now making you do the same thing because they're probably making BBTS do it now too. So even though they're gonna like group buy, they're probably making them pay more up front too. So if you go on BBTS and try to pre-order a Mezco, they'll make you put that down payment down.
Wow.
So let's do Mezco because
it was like 40, I think, for John Wick.
40 to put down, yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah,
like I don't mind doing that because then at least I have like half of it fucking paid for, you know?
Soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a good amount of it paid for, so when the rest of it comes out, I can.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Mezco had a few like new, I think, ones this weekend, and I hadn't seen it before, so I thought it was a new reveal, but I think they had that alien, the Mezco alien figure, and then a Mezco Predator too.
Both of those
are gonna
look
be
sick.
I'm about it, dude, with those two.
That's awesome. They both look really fucking cool. Like I'm not gonna get them, but you know, if I had money to burn, I would definitely mind owning. I wouldn't mind owning them. That Conan that they have, that I thought that was a reveal too, but that was actually somebody told me that came out before. That Conan, he looks really cool. I always like Conan. Conan, or Conan? How do you say it? Conan.
Conan, I've always said.
And the other thing that they revealed that I hadn't seen before was looked like a Planet of the Apes figure.
Dr. Zeus.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
that looked pretty cool too.
Oh,
and
they're coming out with some pretty cool stuff, man. I
think this was the first Toy Fair where they showed the Titan, the Thanos as well.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks
weird. Yeah.
Ivan Ooze in Thanos' armor with the gauntlet. Like the Power Rangers will never see it coming.
Yeah. So Mezco had some cool stuff too. I was gonna ask. Yeah. No, the Mezcos. Was that the first time they showed it? The
first time they showed the actual figure and not a prototype.
Yeah,
sweet.
that looks really cool too. And so speaking of that,
on pre-order as well through their site.
Tight.
Those are both Mezco exclusive, John Wick and Spidey.
So speaking of new Spideys, Mayfax had a bunch of their shit on display too with their new Night Monkey.
Yeah,
Dude,
looked
Monkey
pretty fucking cool, man. Those Mezco movie fucking figures look really awesome, man. And at this point, like if I hadn't already had the Fig Arts pre-ordered, I might, I'm still thinking of getting that fucking Infinity War cap only because I love that cap so much, and I love the Fig Arts one too. But that fucking face, and the Mayfex one's face isn't great either, but it's better than that one.
Better than
that Infinity War. Yeah,
I don't know what they were thinking on that one, dude.
Yeah, Wayne, we were talking about the Mayfex MCU figures that they revealed. Not revealed, but they showed off. What's that?
I didn't have I could still hear you. I didn't have anything on Mayfax.
Oh, okay.
use the opportunity to.
But the thing about that cap
The
is
day.
it's like it's easily the best looking Infinity War cap, which is like I don't know, it's crazy. It's a couple years after the movie came out, and they're pumping out the best looking one, and everybody else's sucks. So like, it's a good looking figure, and I can totally understand wanting to get it. I pre-ordered Night Monkey as soon as it went up on Nin Game, and it was like $62.
That's awesome.
So
I think I'm gonna go for the Mezco one on the Night Monkey.
yeah,
it looks awesome.
I just the Mafex has that unmasked Peter Parker head, and he's got like the poofy hair from Far From Home, and I'm just like, dude, fucking sold.
Yeah, that's tight. That is tight. Okay with that.
Yeah.
All right, Wayne, I know you took a lot of notes, man. So why don't you pick another one again? And I saw your fucking Trapper Keeper full of notes yesterday.
I'm going to.
Trapper Keeper.
I guess right now, we could probably bring up some Diamond Select stuff. I mean, it seems like they released a lot more busts and statues than they do figures, on this run. But I did really like the Jay and Silent Bob. They come with like a little tiny Jay and Silent Bob that's like action figure size for the action figure. It's a brilliant idea. I'm all for that.
That's right.
You told me that, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even see any of that. Like, at first, man. That's awesome.
And they did a Mando bust in Beskar, and I'm not about busts. I don't really have any busts, but that one caught my eye. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Other than that, they're doing like some Last Airbender stuff. That's kind of cool looking.
Like from I like that show. It's a pretty good show.
Well, it kind of made me think. I don't know. They did like some toy lines, and I didn't go in on any of that stuff. This stuff looks really good, so maybe it'd be a jumping in point.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't buy any of the
doing
toys.
my second round on a day.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I see Chris.
Road.
I see Chris fiddling around. So if anybody else wants to.
Roger.
I gotta jump on the road soon and do a little bit of driving. So I gotta smoke so I can not be
I'll take it.
stoned.
All right. What I was gonna say is there was a couple pops that I saw that I'm not super interested in pops, but there was a couple really cool ones that I saw. Waves they were releasing, and they looked like they were doing the boys from the Amazon Prime show.
I did see that. They are doing that.
That looked pretty cool. And the other one is they released a bunch of Office stuff. That looked really cool. So there was like Dwight and fucking I saw Kelly Kapoor and Stanley in his vacation Stanley. those are pretty cool looking. But I don't know if Chris, you had seen any other ones that you were interested in.
A couple in the Spider-Man line that I collect. Those are really the only ones I buy mainly now. J. Jonah Jameson. That one's gonna be pretty cool looking, even though it kind of looks like the announcer guy from the wrestling. Gene, I think his name was.
Mean Gene. Hey,
but it's a cool looking pop, so I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I was asking you if there was any other like off-brand stuff that you had before we get into the big stuff.
Yeah, actually, one of the things that I really I didn't expect to even see them there, but they had those world's smallest toys. Like they're like what Wayne described to those Jay and Silent Bob figures. They come with little action figures of themselves. They had Power Rangers, Transformers, G.I. Joe, I think there were some Thundercats. There's all kinds of different toy lines that are literally packaged in a makeshift card that once you open like the packaging package, it actually, I think it has like a magnet seal, so you just open the door on the back and you can take like the figure and if it has accessories, you can take those out. And it's like literally a toy for your action figures. So like there's Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Starscream right now. From G.I. Joe, there's a few different ones. From He-Man, there's like He-Man, Skeletor, Battle Cat, and I think like Beastman. There's like some My Little Ponies. It's crazy. Power Rangers. And they come on cards too. So like if you want to make like your figures action figure collectors, you can do that and like post them up on a wall, just like a collector.
Yeah, this is a collector and
Yeah.
get a little here's room and fucking.
Or dude, make your own 1/12 scale detolf out of like plastic bubble from action figure packages.
Yeah, that'd be a fucking.
That'd be easy.
That'd be a fun idea.
Yeah.
A great idea. Well, I was always impressed with the world's smallest when they were doing the early Transformer stuff. I thought the engineering was even pretty cool back in the day on that stuff.
It's not that company. It's a different company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like these Transformers don't transform. They're just robots. But
Action Masters.
Yeah, basically. I mean, they're. I think they might have a couple of points of articulation, but I don't know for sure. But it's just
smaller saying than the world's smallest stuff, right? Like it's even
like they're like inch tall.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and they're at Target, and I think they're only $5. So keep your eyes peeled. They usually.
Yeah, that's cool.
They usually have like it's either like a PDQ, like a little thing that's hanging on the side of the end cap, where it's all world's smallest stuff, and there's like a Stretch Armstrong, there's like a mini Etch a Sketch, all sorts of like childhood stuff from our childhoods anyway, like in like teeny tiny form. So keep your eyes peeled when you go to Target.
That's excellent.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I had a weird off-brand thing. I don't really collect any of these two, but Storm Collectibles had a booth where they showed off their Mortal Kombat Motaro, which looked pretty fucking cool. I know a couple people that collect those MK figures, and they actually look really fucking. The ninjas and Baraka I've seen up close. They look really fucking cool. I saw Shao Kahn up close.
That Baraka looks sick.
It is. It looks really fucking cool looking.
Yeah, all the teeth in his face. Just, oof, gnarly.
But the only other thing that they revealed that I thought was kind of cool, and man, if I could see myself buying this, but most likely I won't, because it was kind of a thing I was into back in the day, and they showed off the guy from the warrior from Golden Axe.
Oh,
remember that old fucking Sega game.
Yeah,
that was fucking dope looking, man. Because I had played that game so much, man. When we used to go on vacation, the same hotel we'd always stay at in North Carolina had that in the hotel, like they had like a little snack bar, kind of like ice cream shop area, and they had arcade games in there. And I'd always play fucking Golden Axe because they had like the 4 panels, so you could get 4 people all playing at once, and you'd like get strangers that were playing, and they're not, the other kids, like, oh, come be the fucking little dwarf. And there was a dwarf and a chick, and that was it was just like a big nostalgia thing for me, Golden Axe. So I thought that was pretty cool.
We had that pizza place that I remember we would go to, and yeah, there was a pinball machine, like it was a whirlwind pinball machine, and Golden Axe were the two that I spent all my quarter allowances on, for sure.
I would buy that figure if I knew that they were going to at some point be coming out with a bigger, like one of those little fucking weird things with the long tails and the beak that would ride on. So you could, if you knock the guy off of this animal that he was riding on, you could get on the mount. And one of them was this weird shaped, like I've seen that design in other video games. Where it had like a long tail and you could whip around and whip it at people. I just always thought that thing looked fucking cool. I'll throw a screen grab up on it when I edit it to see what you mean.
Right on.
And there was another one so you could get on a dragon, like a little dragon that would spit fire too.
I don't know if I've seen models for that or not, but I know.
No,
exactly.
that'd be something like I'm just saying. I wish they would do. If I knew that they were doing that, it would make me want to buy the guy.
Yeah.
Right. But I probably won't.
Well, one way to look at it is you could always like get any kind of beasts that they might make, and use them for other stuff. Like Mandalorian goes to this planet with these weird whipping creature things.
That is a way.
Ooh.
Wayne, did you have any other off-brand ones? Hold on.
No, I think that was kind of it for me on my other big pages, or just kind of
all the pops up. Neeko, not Neeko. Your name's Neeko. I actually meant to say Chris. Chris, did you want to say something?
Speaking of video game figures, how about those Halo figures, man?
Hello.
Was that Storm collectible as well?
I can't remember. I don't know who that was. I just saw the pictures of the toys.
McFarlane.
Oh, was it?
Oh, it was McFarlane?
Yeah, Todd father.
the Todd father. Yeah, that's right.
Might have to give old Toddy boy another go on his figures.
That'd be a fucking cool line to mix with other things. I wish it'll be bigger than 6-inch, but yeah, that'd be cool.
I saw somebody post pictures with of one of the Doom figures with
I mean
the
they're
Mando.
like
the Doom Slayer is cool looking.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I don't think they'll be like. I mean, they'll be taller, obviously, but I don't think it'll be too bad.
So a friend, I think McFarlane also released like a demon from Doom, one of the monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it's one of the boss. I don't know a lot about Doom, but I played like the original one. It's a cool looking fucking game. A buddy of mine's really into them, and he has the Doom Slayer.
Yeah,
it looks really fucking cool. Yeah.
Rad.
Chris, any more off-brand ones, or is that?
Yeah, I just wanted to throw those Halo figures in there since we were on the video game subject.
Yes. Right on. So I guess what we'll do is we'll move on to the big ones and knock these out, and then that'll be it, I guess, really. So before we get to the real big one, let's do do you guys want to do the NECA? Because
sure,
NECA fucking seemed to knock it out. Maybe not knock it out of the park, but they hit a triple, and they.
They got some good stuff, man, for sure.
Really, really good looking stuff, man. Let's go like they released a lot of cool stuff, a lot of stuff. They had a big weekend for horror. They did a lot of their horror shit. They released. It looked like they're releasing yet another fucking version of Pennywise, which there's like 6-7 fucking versions of him. They did Ghostface from Scream. That looked really cool. Chris,
I just saw Candyman and the 2 cloth versions of it at Target the other day. Yeah,
their horror stuff looks cool. Chris, do you remember if that Ghostface had a cloth cape or?
Oh yeah, totally. It was
nice.
The 8-inch cloth line.
Yeah.
They had an Iron Maiden Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. They had the Misfits. Those looked really cool. Wayne, can you hear
I've
us?
got those pre-ordered on Big Bad. The Misfits
Yeah. All right.
for sure.
All right. Yeah. So they had a large assortment of Alien and Predators, of course. There's like 17 versions of those each.
Does bread get buttered?
The only ones that besides the big one that we're going to talk about, but the one that I liked was they did a Dr. Loomis and Laurie Strode 2-pack from Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Which that's the one I could see myself getting, especially having like a Dr. Loomis, Sam Loomis would be cool.
Dude, the Beetlejuice.
And there was Beetlejuice stuff too, yeah.
The Beetlejuice looked really cool. I like that one a lot. The screen just went dark.
Wayne, you were telling me yesterday that you really liked it. Yo, yeah, there you go, Chris. Hit that when they have John fucking Nada from They Live, which didn't they have skulls too, like the skull face guys?
Yeah, they made a 2-pack of some of the aliens.
Yeah,
I think it was like the TV announcer 2-pack, and it also comes with TV, and it's pretty sick. I saw it at the comic shop a few months ago, but I'm sure it's gone by now. Probably be fun.
That's a movie that I need to watch again.
Oh, so good.
It's been a long time since I watched They Live.
Oh, dude, it's great. It's on YouTube for free.
I'll save it for the next year's Halloween challenge.
Oh, that's a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've gone 10 years already, so what's another couple months? But Wayne, you had mentioned to me that you were thinking about maybe, or that you really like the Gremlins figures that they've been putting out.
I did really like the Gremlins figures. With the variety that they've got out and crazy accessories and all that, it's like I've seen a few, but maybe now's the time to do it. If I'm gonna do like a square and a detail and set up some little scene or something. Like there's enough stuff out by now to do something, get a bunch and just kind of stuff them in there in some crazy little scene. That would be a really fun little project.
I feel like NECA figures in general look really good in dioramas.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the realistic look, and especially like the Gremlins, like all sitting at a table or some shit like that, just fucking causing chaos.
Yeah.
Right.
Did they ever make a bat Gremlin?
I don't know if they've made that yet.
That would be a cool one.
It would be. Since they're just now starting to do Gremlins, the new batch, though, I think that Bat Gremlin's probably going to happen eventually. One of the things that I really liked in the Gremlins display was that egg. Well, not the egg, but like the Gremlin going from Mogwai to Gremlin. It was like
cocoon kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah, that cocoon thing.
Egg. Fucking
really. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
No, it just I'm sorry. I mean, it just sounded funny.
Just like it's really creepy looking. Like it looked like something out of Alien. So that's pretty cool. And I think they were saying that that's going to come in like an accessory pack.
No, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I mean, that's that original Gremlins movie, especially, man, that really pulls some nostalgia strings for me for sure. I mean, that was classic.
Yeah,
they're awesome movies. I can't believe they haven't made a new Gremlins movie yet.
Dude,
all the remakes that they're doing.
The all female Gremlin.
You just Kyle, this is your fault.
Oh, come on! You know that license has been passing around from studio to studio. That script has been written 100 times already, and it's never been picked up.
This shit is just like Ghostbusters when Ray thought of Mr. Stay Puft and didn't think it would kill them or try to attack them because he was so harmless. You just did that.
The Back to the Future, I don't know if that was a reveal or something they had showed before, but they look fucking awesome. The Marty and then the Doc in the bio suit.
Yeah, those look great.
Much, but the the movie stuff, especially the Marty. They really did a great job on the Marty.
Yeah, the Marty looks amazing.
I'd love to see a
They're
hoverboard,
even-
sort of a mount or something for it.
They'll probably do like a Back to the Future 2 or Part 2 version with the
I
hover.
hope so. I
Yeah.
love Back to the Future. I don't know if I would buy them, but it'd be great to just look at them, you know.
Dude,
Back
yeah.
in time.
Now let them
Oh.
make a fucking DeLorean and I'm in.
Well, that's the thing is the little animated ones have a DeLorean, and it all looks that whole collection. Like there was even a Biff, like those look great.
I kind of like the two Neekas. I'm not like I do.
Yeah.
I have some of the horror ones.
So one other. Oh, so I don't know if you saw, but there was a line that I think it was NECA. I want to say it was NECA that did this. I'm not 100% sure, but the Defenders of the Galaxy line.
Defenders
They had a couple universe. Yeah, they had fucking look like Buck. It's Buck Rogers.
The
Is that
Phantom,
one of them.
Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon. That's right. There was Flash Gordon. I think they showed Ming.
Yeah, Ming the Merciless.
Yeah.
I think
Then
it
the-
also includes like Tonto and the Lone Ranger, and like I don't think those were shown there, but it includes those guys, and then who's the other one? I said the Phantom, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Did they do like a Buck Rogers?
that's what like Flash Gordon kind of is.
Yeah.
Is like the Buck Rogers kind of character.
So like I could see myself getting a Phantom, and the only reason that's a big nostalgia thing for me, because I remember as a kid really liking to read that cartoon strip on
in
Sunday.
the newspaper. Yeah.
On the funnies on Sundays. Yeah, the Phantom was a fucking cool one. I just liked the way he looked, and I never bothered watching that fucking. I think it was Billy Zane.
I know the
Billy
true
Zane.
story. That's what it is. He fell in love with Billy Zane as the Phantom.
He made his own look.
Fucking Titanic. I do like Titanic. It's a good movie. Suck it, Zane. He was in fucking Zoolander. He was funny as shit.
He was also Scorpion King.
Yeah, he was in Scorpion King. So one other thing that I can definitely see myself getting from NECA is the Chief Brody and Quint that they put out from the Jaws movie.
Dude,
I could
I
totally
just
see
saw
myself
those
buying
a while
that.
ago, yeah.
And I would totally buy a big ass Jaws if they did. They do one?
They're gonna do a Bruce. They said they're gonna do one.
I would buy a big ass Jaws. That's like one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Well,
Maybe
it's
you
coming.
First Jaws, yeah.
It's
Maybe
probably
that's
gonna
my top
be
10, but yeah, I love Jaws.
stupid expensive.
Yeah.
It's coming.
I honestly I might be exaggerating by saying top 5 too, but it's really high. It's one of my favorite fucking movies. So let's get into the big NECA thing, and they had the thing that
Power.
I think they killed it. They killed it with this year was the Turtles. They released a shitload of Turtles, and I didn't see any of them that I didn't fucking like. I thought they all looked fucking cool.
Yeah, they all look
really-
good.
A lot of fucking Toon shit. A lot of Toon shit. Looked like they had Leatherhead. They had Baxter Stockman. They had, I think his name
Splinter.
was Slash.
Slash,
Splinter,
Slash
April.
and his Binky.
Yeah, the
Oh.
mech. I forget his name too. The turtle, the robot turtle.
Chrome Dome.
Yeah,
Chrome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they look so fucking good. The
They
Triceratons.
The
They
Triceratops.
yeah.
There's 3 of them, like crazy.
Yeah, dude. People.
Android Body was a big release, but I can't help but be just a little bit disappointed about the size of the figure. But I mean, I realized maybe they can't make it as big as it maybe should be, but I was a little bummed that they didn't kind of hit a little bit closer. But it still looks really good.
I wish those things were obviously like I do everything else, but I wish those things were 6-inch scale.
Yeah.
But I can, as far as like the movie Turtles go, I can kind of headcanon them to be bigger than a man anyway. so
Yeah.
like so that doesn't bother me. But I feel like the cartoon ones, I'd rather have them be like a little smaller.
I feel like the cartoon ones are a little smaller.
Are
like,
they?
Yeah, they're the cartoon ones. I think are close to 112. The movie ones obviously are not. They're like 7 inches. They'll
Right on.
be
They are.
eye to eye with Thor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
Yes,
I'm not gonna be getting any of the Toon ones, but that I would love to. Like that would be just another rabbit hole. I'd have to start collecting every fucking thing. Because one other
Totally.
thing,
Yeah.
one other Toon thing that I really love that they're doing is the Turtles in Time colors for everybody. Because I love that fucking game. And they had the me and Nate Wayne were talking about it yesterday. They have like that. I don't know if it's a multi pack or not, but the Foot Clan and all the different colors that they had. And what was the one dude holding?
Holding a big torpedo or something like that.
Yeah.
A big missile.
And it's
That-
even cool. They're doing Shredder and Leatherhead.
From the game.
Yeah.
From the Turtles in Time
Yeah.
game, yeah.
That's awesome.
So they have like an orange foot, like a purple foot, and like a blue one. Yeah. It's really cool. And they had the leather, it's the same Leatherhead, but I think it's colored like
Yeah,
it looks more like
Pixelated.
bright. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks awesome. But yeah, the Toon Turtles killed it. And then even better than that, guys, which I know we're all probably interested in, was the movie Turtles.
It
Shredder.
is freaks.
Orokusaki.
Turtles.
It will be without honor. Shout out to Jed that I stole that from. Well, he stole. He didn't write the movie, so.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, those. I'm buying all of them. I'm buying every one of them. All the movie Turtles I'm getting.
Casey, fucking Jones, and Raphael in the trench coat with the fedora. Holy shit.
That was the only thing I was a little disappointed in, is that I wish that wasn't a 2-pack. And I don't know if it's going to be like not released separately, but it might, like you were saying, maybe the 2-pack is going to be like a con thing.
No,
or
it's
an exclusive.
It's Walmart. Walmart is carrying the rest of the movie Turtles, and they're getting them as 2-packs. So like, Raph and Casey will be 50, but Toka and Razor will be 60.
Yeah,
because-
that makes sense. They're probably way big.
They're bigger,
So-
yeah.
So it kind of sucks because I probably wouldn't, if it was released separately, I probably wouldn't have bought the Raph with the trench coat because I already have a Raph. I don't see any need to have.
Think
have
of
a
it this
trench
way: that's a trench coat and a fedora that you could plop onto other figures for
Right.
fee and other shit like that. So
No, it's practical. I just wouldn't buy like another Raph just for the trench
yeah.
coat.
He might have like a different head sculpt too, so
Maybe.
angrier Raph or something, you know.
So it was funny because I was telling people before, like, you know, not arguing with anybody, but I was predicting. I was saying, hey man, I think that the next wave will be Toka and Razor, and hopefully Tatsu and April. And everybody was telling me like, nah, they're gonna do like the first movie first. It's because that's the way it seemed like they were going. A lot of people were saying that they thought maybe they would do a Danny, which I don't care.
No.
I mean, I would buy it, but I don't care
hope not.
if they do it.
I
Yeah.
hope not, because smack that kid
Just
upside
saying,
his
I would
fucking derpy face.
I would rather have the Sam Rockwell cameo character in that movie with a fucking pack of menthol and then got regular menthol. I would love if they did. I would like Kato from the second one. That would be cool. But yeah, I'm basically in for all them, especially if they do a Vanilla Ice. That would be like the ultimate.
You're more likely to get an Ernie Reyes Jr. from Secret of the Ooze than you are to get a Vanilla Ice. But you never know,
man. Yeah, dude, if they give him money, he might do it.
Hey, if he's hard up for cash, which let's be honest, we all know he is.
He's not actually. I've actually looked this up. He's not hard up for cash. he still has. I mean, he's not like fucking, bajillionaire, but he's definitely like doing okay. And it's a lot of it is just that fucking Ice Ice Baby money. Like he's still. I think he still gets like probably like a portion like that. Yeah, that song's used a lot. Like he probably gets like royalties from that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
I had that on tape, by the way.
I had it too.
And Hammer. I had him and Hammer.
I had the single and the full tape.
Man.
Enough. That's
that was timeless.
this is way too much Vanilla Ice talk for any podcast or show.
Slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade. Cut
Chris,
all that out.
Love that song. Chris, you bought the movie Turtles, didn't you?
Just Mikey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Are you gonna get any of the other ones?
I don't think so. No, I'll probably just stick with the one, my favorite. He was my favorite.
Right on.
Dude, the Super Shredder they released. Super Shredder. That thing was fucking super cool, man.
He is going to be a deluxe release, and they're saying that when he comes out, he's probably going to be like $60 or $70, and like come with a display stand and stuff.
That's cool. I'm for it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, it looks dope.
My favorite turtle.
Is that Raph?
Yeah,
Raph's my favorite too. He's always been, man. I think he's always been the best fucking turtle. He was really cool in that the animated movie they did, the TNMT, they just called it.
I don't think I saw that.
You remember the one in like the 2000s, where they were like it was like after, it was supposed to be like after they defeated like Shredder and shit, and like Leo was in like Brazil doing like leadership training or whatever, and Raph, they were kind of like disbanded, and like they weren't really fighting crime, but Raph was like vigilanteing at night, with like this like armor on and shit like that. It was driving around. That's like a motorcycle. I can't believe you've never seen that movie. It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is April Jones is April O'Neil, and Ken Casey is in it, and there's like a really cool like backstory where they're trying to find like all these like monsters. It's man, yeah, you guys got to check that shit out. It's a good fucking movie for it being like an animated movie.
Yeah.
But NECA killed it. I think that was. Anybody else have any NECA ads?
I'm glad to hear that they're doing reissues on a lot of these, because I just didn't get a lot of them in the first place. So
that is that's right. You brought that up yesterday. They're going to be they're going to be doing reissues of the Turtles. That's awesome. That's really cool of them.
Yeah, they're going to be putting out the Turtles in 2-packs, so you'll be able to get them again. And they're like, Randy from NECA was saying, those of us that already have the Turtles, you don't have to worry about those. Just leave them on the shelf for somebody that needs them. And that's pretty sweet.
That is really cool. And I think between all of us always looking, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be able to
find them for Wayne, making sure Wayne gets them.
For sure.
appreciate you guys.
Everybody needs some turtle power in their life.
All right. Well, let's move on to the biggest thing, and there's a couple different categories in this, but clearly like the biggest thing I guess it might not be the biggest, but from our perspective, the Hasbro panel, and most of us watched it. Real quick before we get into the actual stuff, I want to say how funny it was. Because Neeko, you sent this through the chat, and then it was just funny because as you sent it, somebody else sent the exact same thing in another chat. Then that was when you were like, does anybody else think this Nerf guy is on fucking coke? Dude, that guy was so fucking jacked up because Jed said it at the exact same time. Like, this dude seems like he's all coked the fuck up.
Yeah, like it was just like, man, wow, you're really pushing Nerf hard, dude. Like,
I think Nerf sells. I think that's
it does.
We don't
yeah.
buy it, but yeah,
It's a big brand. Like I did a double take at that Nerf Mandalorian forearm gauntlet thing. I mean, not that it would fit my forearm, but like,
I'm not gonna lie, man. I think it would be really fucking fun, especially when my buddy's kid grows up, like a little bit. Like it would be awesome if we were all running around with fucking. It would be an excuse for me and him to get Nerf guns and fucking be like, oh, we're just playing with the kid.
totally.
Halo
It's
Nerf.
fucking shit. That was like their big thing this year. They
Yeah.
released those
Yeah.
Halo things. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, like they had that splicer and they're pretty
Needler.
fucking rad. Yeah, the needler.
Who would have thought that we'd spend actual time talking about Vanilla Ice and Nerf today?
Well, we are a bunch of Nerf herders.
Woohoo. So the ones that we're going to be interested in, obviously, one of the big things this weekend was the reveal of the reveal, because it leaked like a day earlier, but the G.I. Joe stuff. And Hasbro is putting out 6-inch G.I. Joes that I don't like. and actually, they released first. They released that Snake Eyes. So they released images of the Snake Eyes, and he's going to be like they're going to release him as a regular figure, but he's also like a Hasbro Pulse, like, or something exclusive, with the weapons rack and a bunch of weapons. And Snake Eyes looks fucking cool. He actually looks like really, really decent. Like, I'm excited to get that figure.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Snake Eyes looks fantastic. But the whole idea of a 6-inch line to me for G.I. Joe's kind of defeats the purpose, because the vehicles to me were just as much as important characters as the actual characters. The Sky Striker was iconic, and the Rattler was iconic, and we won't be able to get a very good one in 6-inch scale, and if we do, it'll be so big we won't have anywhere to put it.
Yeah.
So, and it'll be ridiculously expensive. So it's kind of like, are the characters, the regular, just, Lady J and all these characters, are they important enough for me to get the figures for when I've already feel backlogged on so many Star Wars and Marvel Legends? I don't know. Probably not.
So I think that they have the potential to be, and I'll tell you why. And it's because before, when everybody was collecting G.I. Joes back in the 80s or whatever, the vehicles were the big thing, because it's kind of like just like G1 Transformers. We all loved the cartoon, but if you looking back, it was a shit cartoon. It had shitty fucking storylines, subpar, like animation error is crazy. So I think
literally the exact same thing as G1 Transformers.
Yeah.
The same errors, the same shitty stories.
Here's why I think that it could sell character wise now, and that's because if they're, I don't know if they are, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be putting out. I think that what were they calling it? G.I. Joe. There's like a subtitle too. Confidential, was it? Or
classified, I think.
And if they do a cartoon, and if they have a cartoon that's well decently written, like Transformers Prime or like Beast Wars or something, then I think people would actually care about the actual characters, like your Scarlet or Roadblock or Snake Eyes.
So the problem with G.I. Joe, and it's the same problem with G.I. Joe that kind of stopped it years ago from being like a mainline action figure brand, is that it's basically about the U.S. military. And to be completely honest, like
they're not hot. They're not hot right now.
Not so hot all over the rest of the world, except for in the U.S.
So same deal. If they had a cartoon that they portrayed it in a different way, You know, they could write something that would make people care about the actual characters as toys.
I mean, there's that Snake Eyes movie comes out later this year, so
Yeah.
I think that ideally that's the goal. So there probably is a cartoon in the works, and it'll probably be just like the Transformers cartoon, where it's all done with like the toy designs. So, some of the toys look good to me. I like that Snake Eyes a lot. The articulation looks fantastic. I didn't order that $40 fancy one or whatever. I'll just wait for the Rego. But the last two figures in the wave are Cobra Commander and Destro. So I'm looking forward to seeing what those look like. But if Cobra Commander looks how he looks on like the back of the box art that I've seen so far, he's got like a Darth Vader shaped helmet, and like I really don't like that. They should have done the silver chrome faceplate.
100%. I would have settled for maybe the cowl. No,
Yeah.
but the chrome face is iconic. You gotta go. And even if it's just silver paint with like a black cartoony stripe on the one side, like every episode showed him, that would have been fun, you know?
Totally. And that's the thing. It's like it's weird looking. Like it has the silver, but he's got a helmet that's shaped like Darth Vader's fucking helmet, and it's just it's blue instead of black, and it's just really like, I don't know, shitty looking in that regard. So I hope he doesn't look like that, but I have a feeling that's what he's going to look like. So
I have a screen grab of that concept poster art. I'll make sure I put it up in the thing. But yeah,
cool.
Some of the other ones look cool. It's just, I don't know. So my biggest thing with that, and again, I like the Snake Eyes, but that when they released Roadblock and Scarlet,
yeah,
I just do not like the designs. I just don't. It's not the way I see what I would want G.I. Joe to be. And people were getting on. I mean, I'm not the hugest G.I. Joe fan anyway. But so there's like a couple characters that I like. Scarlet is one of those characters. I like Scarlet. I don't like the look of it. And a lot of people were comparing the look of this to just basically they just look exactly like Fortnite characters, and they absolutely 100% do look like fucking Fortnite characters. And I'm not trying to be a hate, like, you know, when I said this, everyone's like, oh yeah, I see more people bitching about the like everyone's like, oh well, it's not good enough, just fucking buy them, stop it, like play, we're finally getting G.I. Joe characters. And it's like, yeah, I'm not trying to be a hater, man. I just don't like them. I just don't like the look.
Yeah.
So if you like them, that's awesome. I'm just not going to get them, and the reason I'm not getting them is because I think they look bad.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion. It's all.
I like Duke.
Duke doesn't look bad.
I'll probably pick Duke up. Scarlet, I have a feeling if I pick her up, it'll be for custom purposes, because like the way her armor and everything is situated, like you could repaint that easily and turn that into like a female Mandalorian body.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
all you need was the Mando head or helmet, depending on what you wanted to do or how you wanted to make her.
That's a option. Really good idea, man. It does look a lot like fucking Star Wars armor.
Yeah. Roadblock, like if they would have just given Roadblock a fucking Gatling gun with a chain of bullets and like a fucking bullet case with the fucking feed to like stream it into or stream it out of, and like through the gun, that would have looked so much better. And
I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of realistic weapons.
I know, that's what
this line.
Well, but that's the weird thing. Some of them are, because like I watched a review of that Snake Eyes, and he comes with like his Uzi with the silencer that you like plug on the front, and I was just like, that's pretty fucking sick.
That
And
is sick.
yeah, and then you
Might
look
get it
at
just for that.
Roadblock. Yeah. And then you look at Roadblock and it's like, well, why does he come with a Transformers gun?
So the reason that doesn't bother me as much as what the does look like is because I feel like if I did like the designs, I would just be able to get them and then just find other. There's like I have so many fucking guns and weapons and shit laying around. Like you could put
Yeah,
fucking
that's
Deathlock's Gatling gun and Roadblock. It'd probably look fucking cool.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, like, that's kind of the thing is like, that's what they should have done.
Yeah.
But I get why they don't because, like, they're trying to be soft and cuddly. United States Marines and stuff.
Yeah.
SEALs and
And
Mandos.
I get the design changes and why they're trying to push it in a certain way, but I just don't like it. Wayne, do you care at all about the G.I. Joe figures?
Not a 6-inch, man. Just
Yeah.
not really, you know.
So you're not
Yeah,
in on any of them?
Like,
I mean, I have to find something to kind of like not spend money on. I mean, yeah.
yeah.
That one for me is just like, I don't, the 3 3/4 line will always hold a special place in my heart. You know, I had a ton of those as a kid. You know, a ton of the vehicles as a kid. But I mean,
That's a good one to like save and like to keep like mentioning that you're just like, I'm not gonna be collecting those G.I. Joes. Like I'm just not gonna bother with the money. Like just keep saying that, like real loud, like when your wife's around, like so she thinks that you're like being like you're look at my Wayne, what he's holding back. I'm proud of him. Shit.
Hey, I just wanted to throw this one thing out as far as Joe's before we move on. The one thing that like would be cool to see them do is like some of the mini vehicles, like the Trouble Bubble or that little. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a green helicopter-looking thing, but it flew. It had like those turbines that adjusted.
I remember it. Yeah.
I think in the concept poster, there's a couple. There's some vehicles floating around in there.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just that'd be kind of cool if they did something. If they got to that point, like if the line did well enough that they could like pump out little things like that, that'd be kind of neat. You could totally multi-purpose a Trouble Bubble or like a glider or whatever the fuck they do, you know. But well, just idea.
That is a good idea. Oh, that would work well.
So before we get into the big two, just real quick, I pre-ordered a couple of the Power Rangers they released.
Yeah.
The Blue Ranger, I pre-ordered, and I love that pic that you sent through earlier because that's his real face sculpt.
You need to throw that up that meme up on the screen.
I will.
Right here right now.
I'll definitely put it up. That shit was so funny, man, because that face sculpt looks fucking terrible. But also
Wait,
the Kimber.
What was your caption to that?
Zords a Stegosaurus, baby, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Dude, that was so fucking hilarious.
My phone's about to die.
Oh shit.
There was also Ghostbusters that I wanted to mention before we.
That's right. They did release his
Ghostbusters. Those do look so sick.
The Plasma series, I think is what they're going to be. The 6-inch line.
Yeah.
But those look sharp. They look like they could be on point. They look like they could be doing some special, some effects with those. They could be really good. I don't know if I want to do a bunch of the reissue stuff, but that Plasma series could be a winner for sure.
Yeah. It looks sick, and like they have that Build-A-Figure for the Ghostbusters series called the Build-A-Ghost, and it's the dog. The bag.
So it's a bag.
It's
probably has a Slimer and bag. They could do the Librarian lady from the first movie. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, those things look awesome, man. I'm not gonna get any of them, but they look awesome.
Yeah.
It's done the Ghostbusters over the years, and some of them will look really, really good, but I haven't gone in on any of them, and a lot of them are collector's prices now. So it's like this would be a good way to just kind of grab a good four
Get a
and
few of them, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're releasing a proton pack too, right?
Yeah, that thing looks pretty sweet. They had it on that stage during the presentation with Ivan and Jason Reitman. It was pretty cool. They were showing it off next to like one of the actual props from the movie too. It's
Yeah,
pretty
it
sweet.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the Terror Dog that they're doing with that plasma line too.
Yeah.
That's I think you said that's a Build a Ghost thing,
Yeah.
huh?
Terror
bag.
Dog, fast
So
bag.
so the problem then is you need two to do the gateway scene, and so they're gonna have to, repack another one or something along the lines.
Here's my thinking is what they'll do is they'll do a 2-pack and it'll be like either a Walmart or a Target exclusive, and it'll be Louis Tully and the other Terror Dog.
I'd believe that.
And the other Terror Dog will come with like a soft goods trench coat and like a fedora over its hat, like it just jumped out of the coat pile on the bed.
That would be fucking dope.
Let's hope. That'd be awesome. That's what I'd do if I was working on the line.
Shit.
We lost Chris.
Sucks, man. I hope he can get back in.
And I think all I had on that kind of stuff. Oh, there was the AEW wrestling figures that looked really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Le Champion.
But honestly, I think that Chris Jericho looks probably like one of the best ones to me personally. But
Yeah. That's the one I'm for sure gonna grab. Le Champion.
Yeah, I'd like the WWE did a couple. They released a Razor Ramon that looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was like a whole wave of like fucking luchador wrestlers or something like that. I don't know.
There's a few companies that are doing like Japanese and Mexican wrestling figures too.
Maybe that's what I saw instead. Yeah.
Yeah. And then WWE does actually have a few lucha guys that wrestle in mass too, so could have been figures of those guys.
So I guess let's get into the two big ones. Man, it sucks that Chris. I hate doing it.
Yeah.
Because I know there's stuff on there that he would want to, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
The show must go on.
Show must go on.
Oh yeah, we'll just go. Hopefully he'll figure out something. If not, then it sucks. But what are you gonna do? So let's just get into it. Star Wars. They released a shitload of Star Wars. Now is this year like the anniversary of Empire or something?
Yeah, 40th anniversary.
Okay, because I think everything they released was fucking Empire themed, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah, with the exception of like a few things here and there, but at least Black Series is very Empire.
I didn't understand so much of it until I like looked through a lot of pictures and like people writing about it. But you're right, man, when you say that the Star Wars collectors are like they're like the wackadoos of the fucking collecting world, man. Because all I see being released, and not that it doesn't look cool, but it's all just like the same things, but just done on like a better card and it's like this like here's another Bespin Luke, but now he has a retro card. It's just and they're all gonna buy. I know it's like a little different design, but maybe he might not have been the best example, but it really seemed like a lot of re-releases.
Here's another example from that line that's just started hitting now. You just got that Lando, right?
There's another Lando coming out.
Yeah, there's another Lando, and that Lando that's coming out has like the face printing tech on it. so it makes the Lando that you just got look like complete total shit.
I don't care.
So now, well, you
I know.
you might actually see that Lando
not-
at the store and
I'm
be
not gonna
like,
buy another Lando. I got this one for like
what do we have here?
when they package him with a Colt 45, I'll buy that Lando.
You surely do belong here amongst the stars.
But yeah, it just I like the looks of them all. I love the looks on those retro cars. They're fucking awesome. So you know the bigger ones is for the Black Series anyway. The Speeder Luke they did that looks really cool. I kind of see myself getting that. You know they're releasing all those like old school Kenner style ones too, like the shitty articulations.
Yeah, 5 points of articulation.
Those
just like kids.
But those are cool. But I know all those fucking Star Wars collectors are gonna buy all those just to keep them in the box, though.
Yep. Or just keep it in the box.
It's so fucking crazy. A big thing that they released the Jedi Luke again, the Jedi Knight Luke. Just the same. I think it's pretty much as I could tell, it's the same thing, just on a card instead of in a Black Series box.
Wait, what? Jedi Luke?
Jedi Luke with the cloth cape and the thing
on a vintage card.
Mm-hmm.
No, that'd be for the Return of the Jedi anniversary, not the Empire.
No, I know, but they're releasing a Jedi Luke.
They are?
Yeah. I have a screen grab of it.
3 3/4 inch.
No, I thought they were doing a real one. Less.
That's the vintage wave, the vintage collection. That's the 3 3/4 inch. Back me up, Wayne.
I don't know if I have notes on that one. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember which line it was for.
Yeah, because it comes out in the fall. It's part of the 3 3/4 inch assortment.
Sometimes I get so caught up with this fucking face, or this not this face, the new phone. Like it can get to be.
It was so hard to tell in the pictures what was actually 3 3/4 and what's just 6-inch now. Like
that's true.
The articulation points on a lot of the vintage collection stuff. It's really easy to get stuff crossed up.
Yeah, man, you're right. It is on the vintage card. You know what's stupid though is that the picture I have, it's like in the corner, it's real small is the card with the vintage figure in it, but on the outside is the Black Series ones.
Yeah.
That makes it look like the Black Series is what's in the fucking pack.
Well, no, that's what the vintage ones, the vintage wave is. Like they're the 3 3/4 inch super articulated figures.
Oh, well then I'm an idiot. I'm gonna cut all that stuff out that makes me seem stupid.
Okay.
I should have this up anyway because now I can.
Didn't know. So
the rebel soldier.
They are doing another Jedi Luke, even if it isn't 3 3/4. You're right about that.
So yeah.
And also 3 3/4, they're doing another Slave 1 that, because I don't have a Slave 1 in a vintage collection scale, which to me is a really great scale, especially with the weathering. I'm I'm going to just go ahead and vent a little about the price. I think it kind of sucks to see such a big price increase, but I mean, the cost of plastic has gone up according to all the experts. So
it's a bit of bullshit.
just a bit.
Yeah. Like from 50 to 150. It's like, come on, guys.
But it does look really good.
Yeah, it does.
They're doing a Revan's Force Effects lightsaber that I thought looked really good. And
it's
able colors.
I wanted to ask you about this last night, actually, Wayne, because you've been researching the lightsabers because you're getting a good one. Those Force Effects ones, how are they? Did you research them at all? Are they good? Is that a quality style lightsaber?
It kind of depends on which ones. Originally, like back in mid 2000s, 2004, 2008 or 9, I think it was. Master Replicas had the license, and they were making lightsabers like the one Neeko's got right there, and those were like full metal chrome hilt, and the electronics were good for mid 2000s for sure. They had the clashing sounds and the activation and deactivation sounds. The new sabers, once Hasbro took over, they cut a lot of corners in production costs. They're a lot lighter, a lot less metal. They did retain all the same abilities as far as the functionalities of the clashing sounds and all of that. They just use the same electronics. I mean, so that's fine. But they're okay. They're definitely not made for dueling. If you want to choreograph a scene with one, then it's fine if you're just playing around. They're not going to be as bright as a third-party manufacturer. They're not going to be dual-worthy like a third-party manufacturer. And they're not going to be as prop-worthy. The newer ones aren't as prop-worthy as the old Master Replicas ones. But they're basically, I would look at them as just a really expensive higher-end toy-level stuff. I would look at it more like the plasticky-looking helmets, that you can get. Like, there's the collectible level ones, and then there's the plastic ones, and then there's the kid ones. Force Effect lightsabers are like, the plasticky level. They're not the high-end, but the Master Replicas are perfectly displayable, even with the undetachable blades, though.
So
here's the thing: the Revan saber, the blade is actually detachable.
It is, and it looks to have a lot of metal in the hilt. I don't know how much. I know that since they've opened Galaxy's Edge, they've put a lot of metal into the now. So I don't know, what that was going to come out. I like that it can do 2 colors. I like that they can pull the blade out of it. So, that might be on the list.
I like the idea of it having the 2 different color kyber crystals.
Yeah.
The purple and the red one. That's really cool.
The price on that though is what kind of sucks dick. Is
$250. Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
So
what?
I wanted to ask that because I thought that was crazy, and then I saw like last year when they did the Kylo Ren one, that was also $250, and I think they have another one out. So they're sticking.
You can go to Galaxy's Edge at Disney World or Disneyland, and it'll cost you $217 and change to build your own lightsaber right there, where you get to pick your own kyber crystal color, and design your saber based on the sabers they have there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get there, it sounds like that'd be worth the trip.
Well, my whole reason I wanted to question Wayne is because if I ever wanted to spend money on getting a lightsaber, then it seems to me like it would be better to just put the extra money in and get an actual, a good one like you got.
Yeah, at $250, you're kind of looking at the point where, if you want to use it to sit on your shelf, great. If you really want to go out and, go in the backyard and really sling the crap out of it, spend, that on a good and have it upgraded with, some aftermarket electronics and put, like a really cool sound card in it or something that'll do like the full motion tracking and, enjoy the heck out of it. And then you can pick your own hilt and everything you want to do. If that Revan hilt is exactly what you want, then there's even
no, not at all. No, if I was building my own, it wouldn't be. But
even if you had an old Master Replica's hilt or an old Hasbro hilt, they make version kits that turn those into full dual worthy lightsabers.
That's good, and I'm glad now that I don't feel compelled to buy it. I'd rather custom build my one of my own. Not me, but like some other company.
You want to build a lightsaber?
I want to build a lightsaber.
I know.
So two big things that they revealed is they revealed that they're putting out the Slave 1 ship again at double the price.
Triple the
as it
price.
was triple the price as it was
Triple
before.
the price,
So
yeah.
that's fun for everybody. Now that thing, does that fit a Black Series inside of it? Or
No.
3 3/4.
3
Okay.
3/4. Yes.
Yeah, it's 3/4. If you've got a Black Series 3/4.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't think anybody here is getting that. But one thing that does fit a 6-inch Black Series is the big thing that they revealed is the speeder.
Yeah,
The snow speeder. And that thing looks really cool. I'm talking myself out of buying it.
Very
I thought that coming.
You will buy it, Cut.
I think I'd rather spend that money on that's just $120, man. That's
Hello there.
it looks cool. It comes it comes with Dak the gunner, which is an awesome touch. So I mean, if you think of it, really, it's basically it's $120, but the snow speeder itself is $120 for the figure.
Well, look at it this way. Yeah, the snow speeder is basically a hundo, and your DAC figure is another 20. And then when they announce the Hasbro Pulse AT-AT, you can have the AT-AT step on your snow speeder and kill DAC, just like in the movie.
Yep. But also, because then I'd have to buy the speeder Luke to go with it.
Well,
because it would have to be like 14 feet long and 9 feet tall.
And fucking 112 Imperial Walker.
They'll scale. It'll be like a big dog, like a really big dog.
So here's an idea for for the HasLab, is they can just repaint that Unicron into a Death Star.
No, they cannot. Don't do that shit. Nobody wants that.
Jeez.
Oh. So Wayne, are you gonna get the snow speeder, you guys?
I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I've kind of committed to doing vehicles at 3 3/4 for the Star Wars stuff, and I really like that scale, especially the vintage collection stuff. It used to be called Legacy scale, I guess. Basically the full, big as you can get for the figures. I mean, I know they smudge stuff a lot, but I'm more interested in the Slave 1 than I would be the speeder, even though it's a little more money for the Slave 1.
That's ridiculous.
I want the snow speeder. It's actually one of my favorite Star Wars ships, but I'm more inclined to wait and see, and if it goes on sale or clearance or anything else, like if that happens, I will definitely pounce on it.
The snow speeder, does it have a flight stand?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and
I'm not sure either, man.
check the videos.
Even if they had it on a flight stand, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come with one.
Yeah, a lot of those don't, right? Well, no race speeder did.
And both of the speeder bikes both of the speeder bikes I had came with flight stands.
So maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's possible.
So that's something too. They I don't think anybody here is going to be getting any, but they did release those smaller, like cartoony style looking vehicles.
Yeah,
those some of those look pretty cool. The Mandalorian came with the child, and the Ahsoka one was cool, and it looked like they had a Clone Wars speed walker ATS.
Yeah.
AT. I always get it confused. ATs and ATSs.
Chicken
one
walker.
of those. It was one of those chicken walkers. I'm not gonna get any of them, but those things look pretty cool.
Okay.
Especially the Mando thing. Well, that's one thing I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't reveal any prototypes or plans for a Mando, like any Mandalorian 6-inch shit.
That was my biggest disappointment for the whole weekend.
No, I'm sure they're waiting for a con closer to when the series comes out.
I will tell you. No, it's going to come before San Diego, May 4th. They'll announce a full Beskar Mando on May 4th, and it'll be out in the fall. Like, they'll show it at San Diego, like, for the first time in person. But it'll be out, like, before season 2 begins.
I will be pre-ordering it. Everything, pretty much, from them.
Yeah. And then there's...
I'm tired of fighting for the Mandalorian stuff, and I'm tired of paying, ridiculous aftermarket prices. It's better to just pre-order and on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just demand.
Well, when they came out with the original ones, I don't think any of us knew how much of a phenomenon it would fucking be.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't. None of us knew. None of us knew how good the show
I didn't know, man.
But that's the thing. Like, none of us knew. None of us knew like how good it could be, how good it would be. So, that was the thing. Is I think like after the second episode, they were gone. Every Mandalorian everywhere gone.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then speaking of Mandalorian, the Baby Yoda animatronic, Wendy's.
Dude,
that's gonna
everybody's
be
getting that.
The next Christmas, I'm gonna guess. I don't know. Who knows? Whenever they release it, it's gonna be just gone.
Yeah, but it'll be everywhere. You'll see it at Walmart. You'll see it at Target. Maybe even Walgreens.
Well, should we move on to the final thing?
The final thing of the thing.
The final countdown is.
It showed the Imperial probe droid, but I know that's already.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the probe.
Grab one already. I thought I saw you posted some pictures of one, so you just managed to snag one already.
I found it today at Meijer. They shipped 2 per case, and there was one on the shelf. So somebody else already grabbed the other one, but they will be popping up plenty. The pre-orders just went up on Amazon, so the encouraging thing is that the fact that the pre-order just popped on Amazon, and I literally walked into Meijer this morning and was like, boom, there you are.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic, honestly. As far as I can tell from the pictures, from the videos I've seen and early releases of it.
It's awesome. Like, it's a little weird because it's almost kind of creepy looking. It's creepy enough looking on its own, but like, as far as Star Wars stuff goes, like, it's pretty rad. I'm glad I grabbed it.
It's like the legs aren't like symmetrical. It's just kind of like he's got these weird fucking things hanging off the bottom of it, and those big bug eyes like a giant spider or something. It is creepy.
Yep, it is creepy. Yeah, and I mean, they did a really nice job. Like, the head rotates, all the arms are articulated and posable. They all have multiple joints. They all rotate at the base too. It's pretty sweet.
Nice. Yeah, hopefully we see some. I'm kind of wanting to see some more of those Mando figures in 3 3/4. I didn't know if I was going to go in on them or not. Now I'd like to, and it's like I never fucking see them. So
that's going to be an issue because I mean, I'm looking for them too, and I have yet to see them anywhere. But people keep saying they're out there, and I don't know if they are. Somebody must be buying the whole wave right off the pegs as soon as they see it.
Right.
The whole case.
Right back before we get into. I think that's all I had for Star Wars anyway. So, just a second.
The gang.
Let's get into the final fight here. All right, the big thing that we're all pretty much about, Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
And they had they had hits and misses, but
Yep.
their hits were great. Their misses were terrible. But they had enough hits where I still consider it a success in their presentation. So one of the big things that they revealed is the wave of the Gamerverse stuff, and it looks like it's going to be another abomination, like the third abomination I think that they've done, and I don't think a lot of people really.
About a lot of that Gamerverse stuff. I know there's a new Captain America coming out. I'm really not excited about that Abomination line, not particularly. That's one of the ones that put on them, the high end of it for sure.
It looks bad.
Yeah, that whole wave is an easy pass. Easy pass on all of it, because just who gives a fuck? Like,
I'm really not interested in any of them.
the Abomination looks neat. Like, I like how spiky he is and stuff, but I'm not buying that wave. I might cherry pick Marvel and like Leader, but that's only if I see him like on clearance. I kind of feel like I'm just like I don't care enough about any of those versions of the game characters, or even like that Hulk. Like, nah, I'm good.
So the whole wave, I was looking up the whole wave, and I guess that Abomination is supposed to be the game.
Yeah, the game
version of it.
Yeah, but it's it's like Gray Hulk with a beard, and he's got paint on him, like white tattoos. But even Abomination, isn't Abomination just a retool of that Smart Hulk body too?
Probably. It's
so
not sure.
Yeah, that's what the Gray Hulk is.
That would be cool.
So the whole wave is Mach 1, Rage, Leader, Marvel, Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, and Iron Man from the game, and Captain from the game. And the Captain from the game looks like he's ready to play street hockey. He looks like the worst thing they could have ever done to Captain America. Like, I'm insulted. I'm insulted by the look of that Captain America.
A bit of a miss on the Captain America. Yeah, that one was not just an easy pass, but a hard pass.
Yeah, I'm not interested in a single figure from that wave, which is kind of sucks, but it's also another wave I don't have to spend any money on. So, they released a Red Hulk.
Yeah,
maybe for me, that is, I don't have a ton of Hulk stuff, and I don't have a Red Hulk at all, and that molding looks really good.
Yeah. People started finding it today at
I saw
Target.
that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but from what I understand, Target's only getting one at a time. So, yeah, I'll send the DPCI number through the sesh. So if you want to look it up and see if your Targets have it, you can swing in and try to scoop it up.
Yeah, I think it looks cool, but I'm probably not gonna buy it. It's just, but still, a lot of people are still mad that they haven't really released like a decent like comic Hulk. You had the one that came with the Wolverine 2-pack, but that was a 2-pack. Some people are still waiting for that definitive fucking comic style Hulk.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do, if there's gonna be like another one that they put out anytime soon, but I don't know. That seems to be their new go-to for the Hulk mold. But
so one other thing that they showed off was that I don't know if it was like a special edition thing, but the Hydra soldier. They made like a big deal about it for people like troop building and stuff like that. which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's actually available right now in Hasbro Pulse, and it's a blind box figure, so there's no window to it. It's just a cardboard box, and it's just a Hydra Trooper with some weapons and accessories, and it's $14.99. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I like the fact that they're pricing it like that.
Yeah, and they said they're going to do hand ninjas too, so that's pretty sick.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking up making sure I get some.
So a big win for me was that new Spider-Man.
Dude.
And freaking tastic. That is going to be a must. Not necessarily the whole line, but the Spider-Man for sure comes on the hardback card. I may buy two, honestly. It looks so good. One to keep on that looking card.
It's one of the things too. I wish Chris was on there because I know that was probably his biggest like takeaway.
That is, and the snow speeder. I know he already pre-ordered the snow speeder.
Wow.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic, though. I mean, that was a maybe for me. I don't know.
So let's go over them. So they have the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, actually, let's talk about that Spidey a bit more because the articulation on him is like the Power Ranger figures.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an upper rocker and an ab.
Yeah. And then they said the hip joints are done differently, so he gets more posability out of the hips, so he has even more
forward flat, like he's supposed to be able to do.
Yeah, like all those crazy ass Spidey poses.
That's fantastic. That's really good news. I've been collecting Spider-Man villains for a display and assuming that I just want to use a pizza Spidey, but this will probably be that classic Spidey. He looks a little buffer than a pizza Spidey, though. And I kind of like the skinniness of the pizza Spidey, but I think this still looks really good and maybe not overly buff, but it's a little buffer than pizza Spidey for sure.
All right, finally found what I was looking for. I was just looking for I just had to go back in the chat to find the fucking link I sent. I just wanted to look at the picture so I make sure I don't forget anything.
Oh.
All right, sorry.
But yeah, Pizza Spidey or this new Spidey that looks phenomenal. Like I'm looking forward to actually like having that in hand and
really I am too. It looks more like a McFarlane Spidey, the way the way his muscles and stuff are proportioned on his frame.
But he's also got like that Steve Ditko head with the smaller eyes, so it's pretty cool. So like, hopefully we'll be able to like head swap with like the older Spideys on it. You know, use like the bigger.
Yeah, I think that figure's a huge win for me. And there's a few that are big wins, but that's probably one of the ones I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
So they also showed off Peter Parker on the retro card. That looks cool.
The Mary Jane looked good.
The Gwen Stacy with the Mary Jane head, which is I think a pretty cool idea.
The Mary Jane head is really nice too. She's got like freckles and everything. It's really cute.
Yeah, I like the idea of them doing that more than I like for example, like the Cuckoos with the 3 heads. I feel like with the female body with the Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy, that would be, it's a little more acceptable because, Gwen Stacy died and then Mary Jane came anyway. So it's fucking unless you wanted to have a picture of them fighting over each other, like you wouldn't have to buy 2 of them. Was that it for the retro? Like, did it was just those 4 or there's 3, right?
Those 3. They haven't revealed the rest, but I think the rest were going to be Green Goblin, Electro, and who's the other one?
Are they doing an Electro? Is it a classic Electro? I didn't see it.
They haven't shown him off yet. It's just like from like the computer listings.
Nice.
Yeah. I reads the spoilers.
My only problem with those
Electro
is,
classically kind of looking.
Yeah, they will be.
I kind of feel like I want to do what I did with the X-Men retro and keep them in card and have them. I think they would look really cool on display, but then I also want to open them too. So I think I'll probably just, if I buy that, I'll probably get that wave and then I'll probably end up opening them. I don't know.
I really buy a second Storm for that reason. When I saw one in the wild after the big,
I did buy one. I bought 2 Storms.
Did you? Yeah,
for
she
that
made
exact same reason. Yeah.
get her, and it was like, I finally found one at Best Buy like months after like the fuss had kind of died down. And like she just kind of popped up, and I was like, man, I don't want to snag this just to keep the one on card. It was the figure itself. I think it had a paint blemish or something, so I passed. But
I would buy a couple if I could find more on clearance. I would buy more of that wave so I could open it because I'd love to have.
With that purple back, look fantastic.
Yeah, it just like gives you the feels, man. That retro, that '90s fucking animated spider shit, man.
Yeah,
happy with that. Some other things. Go ahead. Nope.
I was gonna say the other side of the Spider-Man wave would be the Venom wave, I guess. I really love that they're doing a Monster Venom. Got that on pre-order anyway.
Yeah.
The Venomized Miles looks pretty good, and I like.
I'm gonna pop off for 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I gotta.
Yeah, the Venomized wave.
The wave. They've got the Monster Venom, and then I guess they've got the Miles and the Gwen. And the Gwen I actually kind of think is cool looking because her hood is the mouth, and it's got this huge coming out. Some cool colors.
She are Gwen.
Yeah, I don't know that if they're must-haves, but the Monster Venom for sure is a must-have for me.
Yeah, same.
I'll probably get the cap. The Venom cap. I think he looks kind of cool.
Yeah,
forgot about that one.
The Venom cap is a Walmart exclusive. As well.
I'll try and pick that up. The 2-pack looks cool. I think the Miles and Gwen are going to be a 2-pack, right?
No, there's going to be more announced. They didn't blow their wad with like all the announcements. So there'll be at least a few more figures, and I wonder if it's going to be a wave with the Build-A-Figure, if the Build-A-Figure might be a Venomized Hulk.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm still holding out for the Venomized T-Rex from Old Man Logan. You know what? Oh, sorry, I cut you off, Wayne.
No, I'm just gonna say the other big win that on my notes was that Classic Storm that they're doing.
Yeah, money.
Well, because they're doing 2 basically at the exact same time in the same colors. One's just a repaint of the white one, and then one's the full-on Classic Storm. So, like, if you're doing a pre-order, you gotta watch which one you're getting.
Yeah,
I'm definitely getting that 100% because I would love to have a giant-size X-Men. Which is cool because they're doing that Warpath, but in a photo that could easily be Thunderbird. If you just it's not perfect, but it it works.
You can make it work. But yeah, that Storm is so necessary. Like that's the Storm to get, and like I haven't picked up that black repaint of the animated costume of the white one, and now I have no reason to at all. I'm just gonna wait for that perfect thing to show up at Target.
It is impressive. It makes me go out and get a Dazzler now. Make sure that I snag one of those old Dazzlers so that you can kind of do honestly the old video game lineup and just kind of set them all up there. And that Storm is perfect from that old video game. That old classic look.
Yep.
So fantastic. Nailed it. And the look, like her tights have the little loops at the top, and where they love with the suspenders. Fantastic. Really well done.
Yeah.
So real quick too, they also showed the I don't know if it's an exclusive for the Gamerverse, but there's like this like white suited Iron Man. That's like surprise. It doesn't look like it has a bath part, but
yeah, it doesn't. It's just space armor. I don't know if I think it's something that gets used in the game, but it's based on a design for armor from the MCU.
Yeah. So they also released that Iron Man 2020. Yeah, that's pretty. Actually, the only cool thing is those effects that it has.
Yeah. The boosters out of the feet.
Because you can use those boosters apparently for Doctor Doom.
I really like the machine, actually, a lot. I think
that was going to be my next one. That War Machine, I think, is fucking money, man. I love the effects it has.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good. I love the blast effects that look like they're going in a line, like he was going. You do it sometimes with the Mando shooting the gun. Yeah,
totally.
And the shoulder cannon with the thing looking like it's spiraling, like the smoke stacks.
The smoke out of the rocket. Yeah,
I'm definitely 100% getting that. It looks fucking awesome as soon as it goes on pre-order.
It looks good. Yeah, that's like straight up 90s War Machine.
It is, and I wonder why, even though it looks like it's very similar mold to the Iron Man that they're doing right there next to it, but why is it so much better? Because it's War Machine? I don't know, but it is. So there you go.
Yeah, it's just all the little bits and details that they added to it. Because like
got the shoulder cannon, because who knows? Because it's fucking War Machine.
I think it's the Jerry curl hair that he's got.
Just makes him look cooler. Going back to my Old Man Logan reference, they released a couple Old Man Logan figures. They released the Old Man Logan with the duster and the
that's right,
and the thing, and they released the he's got the baby Hulk with him, and then they released the Old Man Hawkeye too, which I actually like. I have no interest in the Wolverine only because I have the Mezco one. It's just a great figure, but I could totally see myself grabbing that Hawkeye.
Yeah, and the Hawkeye looks sick, and it's the first one that has that new pinless joint system thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's worth keeping an eye on. That might be kind of a neat thing, but it's probably not good for customizers.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bitch and a half for customizers because like those same joints are gonna be there, but they're gonna be made out of ABS instead of PVC, so you won't get the problems like that we have where they have weak knees or weak ankles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the one thing where it is going to be a problem is if any of those injection molds ever fuck up or there's too much plastic or there's flash in the way, there isn't going to be an easy way to fix it. Like you're going to have to cut into that plastic. Basically, like where that pin would still be, there'll still be a pin there, but it'll all just be molded in a way that it's supposed to keep the joint moving the way it's supposed to move and still function. So you'll have to cut into that bar, that peg, basically, and heat it up. Well, you'll heat it up first and then cut into that bar and then pull like the knee joint apart to try to fix whatever you can if you can. And it's going to be...
That sounds way too hard.
We'll fix some of that, as far as stiff joints, like the old boiling water trick will just kind of continue to work, but who knows?
Yeah. But I hope that they have it down enough that it'll work. But the plus side is, the way those joints looked on Hawkeye, it's pretty fucking great. Like, it's kind of seamless, and you're getting a more almost like Figuarts or Mafex kind of feel, not entirely, but you know, there's a little more sophistication in that sculpt than the traditional pins and joints just standing out.
Sure, absolutely. It shows the commitment to, try to move forward with technology, and that's encouraging.
Totes McGroats.
Because it seems like lines that we've lost interest in. I don't want to mention Transformers specifically, but we'll mention Transformers specifically.
Sure.
Like long time got cheaper and crappier instead of more sophisticated and higher quality, and that's reflected.
So
It shows.
I think before we move on to I think most of the rest is probably all X-Men stuff, but there was one other thing. They showed off the Punisher vehicle with
the bike.
That looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, it looks so good.
It does look really cool. I like the
There's
I feel like that would be easily customized as Negan.
could, yeah. The one rumor that I heard regarding that Punisher and the bike is that they're going to release a Punisher van, and that bike is going to fit in the back of the van.
Oh, will you have a micro?
I don't know if it'll come with a micro or not, but
Guy in the van. Let me be your guy in the van.
it should be pretty sick though if they do it. But sounds interesting. It'll be cool to see, because even if you're not the biggest Punisher fan in the world, be dope to have a 1/12 scale van to, just for photo purposes and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
The bike looks really good. You're right about that. And then there was the Black Widow line, I guess, and there was a few figures the Black Widow from that look really pretty good.
Yeah.
The Black Widow line looks cool. This was the first time we got to see see some of them on display, like the two Widows, the two exclusives.
Yeah.
The Jim Lee style one, and not Jim Lee. Is it Jim Lee?
Yeah, it is Jim
Yeah.
Lee. It's not Frank Miller. It's Jim Lee. Just to correct all the people out there. That did it. Even the sculptor that sculpted it was like, no, it's based on Jim Lee art, not Frank Miller. Everybody keeps saying Frank Miller. It's not Frank Miller. It's Jim Lee.
I like how those exclusives plus the Black Widow Deluxe one, I like how they're doing some effects and shit. And the guy did say that they're going to be trying to do more effects, but maybe that'll just be on the special ones, because I'm looking at some of these other figures from the regular lines, and it's a lot of the same recycled fucking dog shit.
Yeah,
those
even
fucking
all those-
Silver Surfer swirl effects thing. I'm so fucking sick of seeing them, man.
Yeah, even all those Widows though, they all come with the same effects. They're just different colors. And
I'm just saying that the fact that they come with effects is fucking cool.
yeah, no, it is sweet, man. Like having those little blast effects as something tangible that you can use. That's fun.
Yeah, because they're not limited to just the figure too. You should be able to use them on it's
Other
kind of
stuff.
one cool thing that Transformers has that goes for them is they all have basically the same peg hole size, so you could always mix and match whatever you want to do. And there's always on the vehicle modes, and there's always extra peg holes for you to just plug in shit wherever. But I think the last thing we have to talk about is all the biggest stuff, all the X-Men shit that they revealed. And let's start out with the much anticipated and awaited X-Men movie figures. So they showed off a few of them, and those got a pretty good pop, especially the Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Yeah, man. So there's looks like there's two, one with a jacket, and then there's gonna be the
sleeveless undershirt.
Yeah, for lack of better, vernacular to describe that particular type of shirt. The one's an Amazon exclusive, and Wendy found it and already got that one pre-ordered for us because I mean,
Yep.
it's they're phenomenal. Both of them are.
Yeah,
I pre-ordered the wife beater one too.
I need to get on that.
Is the other one an exclusive somewhere, or is the other one just a
No.
release?
The other one's a release. It'll be a part of the line.
I like the tank top one too because it comes with bone claws.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
they're both basically the same figure. It's just the one with the jacket, one without.
I don't think the jacket one comes with bone claws, or if it does, they didn't show it.
No, it doesn't, because the one with the jacket's from the first, the first X-Men, and then
okay.
the one with the bone claws is from X2.
They both had 2 head sculpts. Were they both the same for each figure?
No, they're all different head sculpts, and I think they even said different hair on each of them.
So like
the tank top one has more of like the up things, and then the one has more of like a straight slick back. I'm looking at them now. All the heads are different. It looks like
they're
really great to Hugh Jackman, from what I could tell.
Yeah, they
look good.
Each one is based on a specific, movie. Jack Human.
Mystique. They showed off Rebecca Romaine Mystique, and it looks cool. I'm not interested in getting it, but
you're gonna buy naked blue titties.
I'm not gonna buy any naked blue titties.
You're gonna buy the naked blue titties.
No.
Yes.
Professor X with 2 head sculpts and the Magneto with the 2 head sculpts. Huge wins.
Now, is that going to be a 2-pack?
I don't know, but whatever it takes.
Yeah, no, those are all single releases, so they'll each be single cards. The only ones that were 2-packs were Deadpool,
the Deadpool ones.
And just the Deadpool and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Domino, they didn't reveal if she was a single figure or if she was coming in another 2-pack. And then there was Cable, who is a Walmart exclusive.
The Cable looks fantastic too.
Cable is really good.
Deadpool,
Yeah,
Deadpool does in the production photo, or the reveal from the Toy Fair, then that's a must-have too, probably.
I
wonder if Deadpool will come with a Ryan Reynolds head.
I don't think so.
That's really disappointing. But I bet you there's somebody doing Ryan Reynolds head. I bet
there's plenty of them out there. There's some dudes that took the Hot Toys Ryan Reynolds head and scaled it down to 1/12. You can get those anywhere.
I wonder if the Professor X comes in bigger packaging, because he does come with the wheelchair. It's just like a metal wheelchair, but it looks really sharp.
Yeah,
those look cool. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be getting them, but they
look just, to me, they just, man. I mean, there wasn't a whole. Those Fox X-Men movies weren't my favorite. I think when the MCU gets around to the X-Men someday, it'll be far superior. But I think the option of the McAvoy and Patrick Stewart head, I think that's a big win.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more inclined to just grab the Professor. One to the fact that it comes with that wheelchair, and it's a suited body, so you could always take your comic style Professor X head and slap it on that head and on that body and in that wheelchair, and it's
or vice versa.
Vice versa.
Yeah, you can Picard on the fucking 90s X-Men body.
Wolf now, Mr. Wolf, engage.
I'm kind of more inclined to buy the Magneto, but after you might have just convinced me to get that. There's usefulness for that.
Also got a Picard.
also, not a terrible thing to have a 1/12 scale wheelchair.
Exactly. You know, you can use it for other figures. You could have Deadpool riding around in it in the mansion, Colossus chasing him.
Uh-huh.
And let's hope that they do a Colossus and Juggernaut 2-pack from Deadpool 2.
That would be phenomenal. I mean, they already have the fucking mold. All they gotta do is retool the molds.
Yeah. Well, you know,
So let's
they'll have to do new molds, but like to have Juggernaut in that fucking jail uniform with this fucking helmet underneath and all that shit. Hell yeah, I want that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
Let's move on to what I thought was an utter disappointment and failure of the Hasbro X-Men panel, and they made it to be a big reveal, and alls I heard was the fucking crickets in the background, and I'm talking about their Legacy Rogue, from the Rogue from the X-Men Legacy.
Yeah, I think what threw people off during that panel is the fact that she doesn't have her skunk stripe. So like people were looking at it and they were confused. They were like, why doesn't she have the white in her hair? Why is she just brown haired there?
Yeah.
So like, because that's kind of like a major detail for Rogue. You need the skunk there.
100%.
So yeah, so like I think that was a big part of it. That reaction, but I'm all over grabbing that figure. It looks fantastic.
I'm not. I might, but I'm still. I still think. I think people because they kind of teased it to be Rogue, so I think people were expecting the Rogue, like the '90s Rogue re-release too, and then when they saw that, they were like, man.
They
now,
will.
Let me tell you, if I remember correctly, I read a bunch of those Legacy books. Rogue was a badass in those books, if I'm remembering correctly. It's the time period where I think she might have lost the super strength and the flight thing for a bit, but what she was able to do was control her absorption powers. So I do believe that she was able to take them without like hurting people and store them longer and use multiple ones at the same time, which made her like basically made her like the dude from Heroes, the Peter, the guy that just had everybody's powers,
right?
Because I remember in Necrosha, there was an awesome scene where she just like she fights like Proteus and she just has everybody's powers. She has a skin like Colossus. She has Wolverine claws, and she had the butterfly thing that Psylocke has around her, and she just is, and Angel's wings. I think, yeah, she just had everybody's fucking powers at once. It was really cool looking.
Yeah, I
don't know if I'm thinking of the right era Rogue for that, but I'm pretty sure that's that one. So it does. I'll probably get it, but I was super disappointed. I'm really needing that '90s Rogue.
As long as they.
Oh, go ahead, Neeko.
Sorry, man. I as long as they fix her hair and add the white to it, I'm grabbing it.
That'd be an easy fix for you too.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to buy something to fix it. That's bullshit. That's such a turnoff for me when I see something that like it should have had a simple fix or should have been done right, before it left the factory. And when that happens, a lot of the time that'll fucking turn me off buying.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, for me, that Rogue, the '90s Rogue that you're talking about, is literally the very last figure for that X-Men Heroes Jim Lee shelf, and the demand is so high, and they know it, and they're just fucking like throwing us a bone here, and it feels like it's like, don't throw us a scrap. Go ahead and just, give us what we wanted, but.
Well, I do believe that Neeko has a theory about that Rogue, and then that'll segue into the giant robot elephant in the room.
Yeah, so like I think I have a feeling Rogue's going to be put out this year.
Let's preface this by saying that HasLab showed a teaser for what it looks like their next big project is going to be. And
So-
what their video was a recreation of the 90s first episode cartoon with the Sentinel is scanning Jubilee.
Yeah.
And so speculation, and I'll let you take it from here.
So my thinking is what they're gonna do is they'll throw the Sentinel up on HasLab, and it'll probably be like a 3-foot tall Sentinel. It'll be I'm hoping they have the sense to make it more comic based Sentinel versus animated, because it just looks better based on like comic designs, whereas like the animated designs were very soft, not very detailed. But they also showed Nimrod, and they didn't say how Nimrod was going to be released, but they also said that he was going to come with a classic style head, so that you'll be able to swap out the modern head, remove the backpack with the modern, like translucent pink wingy things hanging out.
Energy fucking wings.
Yeah. You'll be able to swap the head out for the classic head, but I feel like what they're going to do, since they're putting out Nimrod, obviously, and they're going to do the Sentinel thing, I think there's going to be a box set with Nimrod and probably Storm, Rogue, Jubilee, and maybe Gambit. And that'll be how they make like Nimrod available, and it'll probably be something like $120. And that's how they'll try to loop everyone into getting Rogue again.
Oh God, that one's gonna sting a little
mean,
if that's the case.
If
I mean, I
that's
don't
the
mind
case,
a
though, but
3-pack, like Gray 3-pack was like, at least with that we got one of the best Wolverines of the year and a really great Cyclops. Honestly, I had zero qualms about replacing the old Cyclops that I had on my shelf with the one with the jacket. It looks great.
Yeah.
A 4-pack or a 5-pack or a fucking wow, that's pushing it, man.
Yeah. Well, because they know they can now with the X-Men, so they are pushing it. That's why you're seeing these Fox X-Men figures, because not only can they do it, but they can do it. They can go balls out with it, including Deadpool. So that's why we're getting it. You know, like there'd always been a thing that Hasbro had said they would never make figures from an R-rated movie. But remember, they released Deadpool 2 in that PG-13 cut.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are.
I see.
Yeah. So that's why it's Cable and Domino and Deadpool and who am I forgetting? Negasonic Teenage Warrior. Yeah, and it's when she has a uniform, so it's the second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. But
yeah.
So you think that the crowdfunding or whatever HasLab project will be the Sentinel, and they'll release that alongside of a box set, but the box set won't be part of the package.
No. They won't release it alongside. Like, I think this Nimrod box set will come out well before.
That's what I mean by alongside, like like around the same time as that one or announced or whatever. I don't know. To go with it. It'll
be something that ties it all together. But otherwise, maybe they'll do that. That whole, mall scene. They'll have the Sentinel and those 4 figures along with the Sentinel. Maybe that'll be like how they put it out.
How about a Sentinel with Rogue and Storm dressed in their mall clothes?
They could do that. I'm sure.
That would be really stupid.
Yeah, it would basically be like Storm and Rogue heads on those Gwen Stacy bodies. Is that what you want?
No.
Is that what you want?
So, I think
Think about what comes out of your mouth hole before it comes out of you. Okay? You could be cursing us.
I think Sentinel's probably the most likely thing for the HasLab thing. Some people were also speculating a master mold, which I think would be cool, but I don't think I think the reason they did that whole clip with scanning Jubilee was because it's going to be a 90s style, just regular Sentinel. And I think one of the cool things that they could do to because you know with the Unicron thing, like they release Unicron, and then as like months go by, they'll say, oh, you know, they'll pad it with other things. And
Yeah.
I think padding it with a couple legends or a couple like legend scale figures would be a cool idea. And if so, yeah, if they put a rogue in there,
Yeah.
maybe a 90s morph, that would be cool.
Well, see, the problem with Morph is that he's owned by Avi Arad, who owns Saban. They're the company that did the animated series. Hasbro actually has a Morph head sculpt that's basically sitting in a vault. But Avi Arad wants a stupid amount of money for them to have the rights to make a Morph action figure.
Ugh.
And it's way more than, like, it would basically have to be some kind of exclusive. So maybe that is their way around it, because if the Sentinel costs $500 and you're going to include, you know, a couple extra figures, realistically, that's the only way they'd be able to put Morph out, because the amount of money, from what I was told, the amount of money that they would want for Morph to happen would basically be cost of the wave, and you know, that's a lot of money.
What a stupid thing to hold out on. Like, does this guy really think that, like, I know as collectors, like, we care, like, the Hasbro is going to really give a shit about Morph, like...
It's bizarre because, like, he just sold the Power Rangers to him. And it's like, why would you hold out on this one thing?
One obscure character that only people that...
Probably made him billions before that too.
I know a lot of people even hated Morph.
Yeah, I never cared for him because I was like, you're just made for cartoon character bullshit.
I liked him, but this because that was like my era of like X-Men. It's like what I knew. Yeah.
See, Pride of the X-Men. That's my X-Men.
Well, like, you know, we talked
Australian Wolverine.
That old 90s cartoon is for people. A lot of people, they're like G1 Transformers. It's what brought them. It got them into comics. It got them into other stuff. So for that, you know, it's always cool for that.
So, absolutely, yeah.
All right, so there's two more things of X-Men that got revealed, and one of them was they revealed a couple extra figures for that X-Force wave. And so we already knew that Thunderbird and Sunspot were coming out, and we also knew that Strong Guy was coming out, but they had only revealed like the 3D model of him, like the CAD model.
Yeah,
but they actually showed him, and Strong Guy looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, he's gonna be a big build figure.
I don't think he was the Build-A-Figure though.
What? Yeah, he's the Build-A-Figure, dude. Are you kidding me?
No, I didn't know that. I don't remember the guy saying that. But,
yeah, Strong Guy is the figure.
So they revealed that the two other figures in that wave are going to be Black Tom Cassidy, which is awesome. A lot of people were asking for that to go with the Juggernaut. Mm-hmm. And Mav, what's that?
White Wade Wilson.
Well, yeah, and Maverick from.
Yeah. The Maverick figure looks cool.
It does look cool. I'm always partial to him. Just that era of Maverick was like my same thing, nostalgia for me.
Well, he's a Jim Lee design. He's very 90s. He's covered in cyborg metallic parts and mask and stuff. He's very cool looking.
So that with the Deadpool, that's only 5 figures. Are they going to have a 5-figure wave with Strong Guy being the Build-A-Figure?
Well, based on how big Strong Guy is, I'm guessing there's probably 2 more figures with Build-A-Figure parts.
That they just haven't released yet?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody had said, too, that with the... something else got released. Never mind. I don't know what I was talking about. But yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, I just thought it was well. I don't remember. I thought maybe a strong guy was just like a big one in the wave.
No, he's the Build-A-Figure. Yeah, I think like when they showed him off like last year, they announced that he was a Build-A-Figure.
He does look good though. Like the proportions, fantastic. He's just a huge freaking slab of plastic. He's all round, neat looking.
Yeah. Look, let me take a closer look. I wonder, like, if you could tell any articulation on him.
Oh yeah, I mean it looks like the upper
yeah.
it's like upper ball. So you got to think about it this way: his torso is probably going to come with two separate characters.
Yeah.
Because that thing's fucking huge.
So like, I think an obvious choice would be Lila Cheney.
Oh, I don't think they'll do a.
I don't think they will either. But I was saying I would, that would be an obvious thing. Like, that's what I would like. Because you have a strong guy, you have to have a Lila Cheney.
Well, it depends on what era you're going from, because that costume on Strong Guy is from like the '90s X Factor, like the Jack Havoc and Polaris that they just put out. That's what Strong Guy goes with.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And the Jamie Madrox, the multiple man guys, he goes with that era, that team. And Forge too. Yeah, shit. All you need is Wolfsbane, and that's that whole X Factor team.
I wonder who else they could do from the X-Force wave.
It's already pretty obscure. Richter is in there too.
Yeah, you could do a Richter. That'd be cool. I would like a Richter.
Well, no, I think they showed him off already too. It was Richter, Sunspot, Strong Guy that they had showed, wasn't it?
He's not in any of the pictures. I don't remember.
No, I don't think he was at Toy Fair, but they had showed him off.
But they had Sunspot and Thunderbird in here.
Thunderbird. Forgot about those guys.
Oh yeah, I'm saying it'd be weird if they just left him out.
There's got to be a female figure in there for the torso to come with.
So the last final thing is with the torso thing reminded me, because it's just something I want to get into for this one with the female with the torso. So the last thing is they finally released the entire wave for the Age of Apocalypse, including the Build-A-Figure, which was a little disappointing. Actually, I mean, I'm not completely disappointed. I still like the Build-A-Figure. It's just I was really hoping for a Sabretooth. It's kind of cool they gave us a villain, I guess. So it's going to be Sugar Man. So Sugar Man's going to be the Build-A-Figure for Age of Apocalypse. And
which Sugar Man is basically the Age of Apocalypse version of MODOK. He's a giant head with 4 arms, 2 stubby little feet.
So the cool thing that they did is they have his big face is packaged with Jean Grey, and Jean Grey is like on the side, looks like she's like holding it, like it's a pretty cool pose, pretty cool packaging idea. So the whole wave of that's going to be Wild Child, Dark Beast, Weapon X, which is their Wolverine, Jean Grey, Nate Grey, and Sunfire.
Sunspot.
Sunspot.
No, yeah.
Sunfire. Shiro. It's a Japanese one. Whoever the
Sunfire.
Japanese one.
Yeah, Sunfire.
It's just all black with the.
No, that's Sunspot is the all black one. Sunfire from Age of Apocalypse. Sunfire looks like he looks really cool. He's got like a skull.
He looks like a translucent ninja out of like some kind of cyberpunk anime.
Yeah. I think he looks cool. It's some shit where it's like
designed that
powers went out of control, and it's like he's constantly on fire.
Yeah. So like the suit is like kind of containing flames.
I'm very much down. I mean, I pre-ordered the whole wave already, so
Did you?
I'm definitely yeah. And
I-
then
Not doing the whole wave.
are you just
like-
gonna pick and choose?
I'm gonna grab Nate. I might grab Gene for custom purposes, but I don't. That's not even a for sure. And what's that?
The Apocalypse looks good.
Yeah, the Apocalypse does look good. It's retooled from that Colossus body.
Mm.
That was
Oh,
gonna be the next
The
thing.
Juggernaut
Yeah.
stock.
So I thought that they were gonna reveal that Sabretooth when they had that thing, but I mean,
Yeah.
as soon as you saw the silhouette, you knew who it was. But
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna do another reveal. It was gonna be Sabretooth, but I'm kind of glad. I like that Apocalypse too. It comes with
Yeah.
a better head, like a
yeah,
Yeah.
angry face, which is really cool.
It looks good.
I love those. I love that design.
Yeah, I like that they're gonna just put that out as a deluxe figure for for the $30 price point. Oh, and I got confirmation. The price point. GameStop is the only company that's pumping up regular figures up to $30. Not Target, not Walmart, not anyone else. They're only going up, from $19.99 to $21.49 at regular retail. That's
Good.
it.
Good.
Yeah. So that was straight from the Hasbro guys.
Nice. That's
Yeah. So
Wayne,
now-
are you get? Yeah, that's good news. I still thought people were like jumping the gun on being worried about that. So whatever, fuck GameStop.
Yeah.
Wayne, are you getting any of the Age of Apocalypse things?
I may cherry pick the line a little bit. Like I said, I like the Apocalypse a lot. I might take that head if nothing else and stick it on my old Build-A-Figure if it'll fit. I mean, that would be really cool.
It should fit. Yeah,
There's a couple. They're kind of more obscure. I mean, if you really followed Age of Apocalypse, and awesome. It wasn't something that I was in for at the time. So it's it's either you love it or you don't. It's not one of those love it lines for me.
the thing that's the real kicker to me is they've said there is going to be another Age of Apocalypse wave. So that's the frustrating part is I think that wave is going to be the one with all the fucking bomb ass figures. It'll be Magneto, Rogue, Gambit, Sabretooth,
I'm like,
this is left.
dude, a Cyclops and Havoc from that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Even a Sinister.
Sinister would be great. I mean, I'm excited for they had me hook, line, and sinker for basically any of the Age of Apocalypse stuff. Just put my credit card on file and fucking.
It's great. I mean, they're good figures and they look sharp and their quality and all that. It's just one of those, Again, it comes back to there's got to be at least a line somewhere that I don't spend money on.
I could see myself having an entire display, like a DTOF set aside just for 50 Age of Apocalypse figures.
For sure.
So, it'd be awesome.
I hear you. I mean, I loved those books way back then. I've gone back and re-looked, just kind of thumbed through them online, and they don't really hold up as well today as they did back, at least not for me. But I still love a lot of the art in it. I just wish Weapon X, I wish that Wolverine looked more like Joe Madureira's art than Adam Cupid's art, because it's got that big old ridiculous hair, and a Joe Mad head would have looked way cooler.
Yeah, he's supposed to be way more fucking feral kind of.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, he is.
They actually did in the Uncanny X-Force books. There was a 2-part for they went to the Age of Apocalypse world, and they found out that basically the new Apocalypse was Weapon X was the new Apocalypse.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had taken his power or something like that, and He looked kind of, it was pretty cool because he was like decked out in like Apocalypse armor.
Wow.
Just being Wolverine. Yeah, it was pretty dope. I forget the exact reason why he was like that. They were looking. Oh, it was because Archangel was going bad with like Apocalypse, like his like darkness or whatever inside of him. So he was kind of becoming evil. So they needed like a celestial seed from the Age of Apocalypse world or something. I don't know. So I'm gonna cut that shit out. I'm just talking about that.
That's all good.
But yeah, that was it, guys. That was fucking a lot of shit, man. A lot of money going to be spent. One thing I forgot to say too is we started talking about the Power Rangers, I pre-ordered that Ranger Slayer too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'm not even I wasn't even super familiar. I just think she looks fucking cool, and now I kind of want to like read some of that shit in the comics.
Yeah.
Was she from the same like universe as that Lord Draken?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome.
Like,
I love that whole concept.
Yeah, I think it's like a Dark Stephanie or Dark Kimberly or whatever.
Kimberly, yeah.
Yeah.
One other thing that they showed off too was speaking of Power Rangers with their crossover with the Turtles.
Yeah,
So
the art, the comic book.
Yeah, so there's going to be a thing where they lose their morphin abilities, and the Turtles get the morphers, and they have to rely more on their like ninja skills. So it's like the reversing. Look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Shredder is the Green Ranger. Has the Green Ranger morpher. Yeah. It's fucking awesome. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. I don't know if they're gonna do toys, but it's pretty cool.
I could see myself buying those fucking toys, man.
If they made like if it was the Power Ranger line doing the Turtles as Power Rangers, oh yeah, bought.
That'd be pretty cool. I'm afraid it would probably be more likely to be like the Turtles versus Batman quality line. Like it would probably
that'd be rough. But I don't know because Power Rangers are owned by Hasbro now. That I don't think that's something that they would let fly because the Turtles are AT&T. It's Warner Brothers property now. So it's interesting. I don't know. If they do toys, that's going to be an interesting kind of thing that happens.
Yeah. So, yeah. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to touch on, or you want to call it?
That was it.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on episode 5 of the Dick Bird Dabs. Remember to like, subscribe, share, ring that fucking bell to be notified of all our amazing content. And hopefully we'll be back soon with another one. We'll start thinking of the next episode.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody say bye.
Shaka bra.